Hey there.
Hey.
Hey there. Welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits. Coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California.
What?
Oh, and it was a good one today. Boy, what a difference between last week with the rainy weather and no one showing up, and today just kind of blew up in there.
Didn't it, Joe?
It was like a summer day.
It was like a whirlwind.
It was. Hey everyone, this is Liza, and here's a riddle for you. Who's got two thumbs and sold an Africa twin?
You.
Would that be
You are. You did. Whichever.
I'll get into that in a second.
Nice.
Running the board tonight, it's everyone's favorite stump. It's Stumpy John.
I'm back, baby, like a butt crack.
Yeah, you've been gone.
I know, I've been gone. Happy to be back.
Are you out of the doghouse now?
For this week and next week.
Really? You're speculating about next week already?
I am, yes. It goes in cycles, if you know what I mean.
Nice. And on the classy girl couch, classing it up, it's Miss Emma.
Hello, darlings. Here I am.
There she
God,
is.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, you worked harder today than you do on a work day.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
We had you hustling.
You did 5 tires today.
Italian tires.
Count them. Count them.
Yep.
And joining us, it's been a while since you've been here, right? It's knee dragging Brian. Oh, you muted him.
Yeah,
you muted him. Do you like that nickname, knee dragging Brian?
Nah, whatever.
Come on, you famously knee drag on a BMW GS.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
No, way big of a deal. Talk into the mic.
We could call him Honey
How about
Pot.
now?
How about Honey Pot Brian?
Honey pot.
No, I
How about bought the pizza today, Brian?
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Free pizza, Brian.
Pepperoni Brian.
Pizza pepperoni Brian.
my personal preference is Unstoppable Sex Machine, Brian.
Oh.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, pepperoni Brian's better.
Really?
Probably.
Well, it depends on your preference, I suppose.
Unstoppable.
We could just
pepperoni.
keep on going, or I could just
Well-
call him Road Bitch today, Brian.
There you go. Yeah, on a scooter.
Actually,
Elite 250.
I'm going to be absolutely honest. It was quite troubling seeing Liza riding the Elite with you sitting on the back. But at least you were holding pizza boxes.
Pizza run.
Oh, that's right. If you got to be nuts to butts, pizza's a good reason.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going to ride his own bike. I'm like, nah, come on.
It's been a while
And,
since you touched man hair, huh?
And
Almighty.
there was full
Great.
coverings.
True, right?
There was full coverings. And then the next person I'm gonna introduce and say, best off-road rider in the room. It's Scotty.
Oop.
Oh,
All right.
my word. I'm
Yeah.
just happy to be invited.
There was a poll.
Oh,
Absolutely.
There was a vote.
Not even a question.
Yeah, and I'll even go so far as to say, well, I don't know how good of an off-road rider Brian is. So I'm going to venture to say one of the next best dirt riders in the room, it's Naked Jim.
Hey, what's happening? I did see Brian ride 2 up, though, on Coast Road on some dirt, which was pretty impressive on GS.
I know.
So
Oh, yeah.
that was kind
If
of
you can
cool.
drag a knee on a GS, I assume you can do everything.
Oh, I think so.
That's what I assume.
I think so.
And then, of course, the best scooter rider amongst us, it's Bagel.
By far.
Happy Scotchtoberfest to everyone.
Oh, well done. What are you having?
I am having a 12-year Glenlivet.
A wee dram of the nectar of the gods.
Yes, there's a story behind it too. I'll tell later.
Ooh, later story. I have something. I have treats. So
Oh, yeah?
I got things for the podcast. It's not motorcycle. Well, actually, it is motorcycle related. Liza, I had you pegged for these. Catch, Liza. It's going to hit you in the head.
A
You get those.
Twinkies! Oh, my. This is going to preserve me forever.
Oh, yeah. John.
Yep.
John, you get those.
I'm a ding dong, baby.
Oh, what?
Oh, you know what a girl likes.
Senor Honey Pot, you get. I'm not going to throw it because.
Oh.
Moon pie.
And the best dirt bike rider in the room gets.
zinger.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, did I forget Emma? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm crushed, Jim.
I got
Crushed.
something for you, too.
Oh,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I think you'll like it. Oh, watch out, I'm throwing things.
Oh, let's have a look.
It's a little big. It might be a nightshirt. It was supposed to be a medium, but it's a large.
Oh, my. Is this
Wait,
what I
what?
think it is?
What did you get? Gifts? Where'd you get this from?
Oh, yeah.
It's a little snaggletooth, actually.
So, there's a story behind this shirt.
Oh, is this
So-
for your pants off, dance off?
Yes. So I can see little flashes of her laces.
Back in the late 70s,
Oh, yeah.
late 70s, early 80s, we had a band in England called Motorhead, and I believe they were
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
quite popular here as well. And they formed out of a band called Hawkwind. So Hawkwind were really kind of trippy and acidy, and then Motorhead were just a heavy metal band and a very good one at that. Really fronted by a guy called Lemmy Kilminster, who's
Yeah.
just fucking nutcase.
Rest in peace, Lemmy.
Who sang like he was howling to the moon. The mic was above him.
And so Sideburn, which is one of my favourite magazines, have really kind of done a tribute to Motorhead
Oh, I see.
with
That's pretty cool.
a rather angry-looking cat. I don't think it's a domestic cat.
It's a play off the War Pig logo.
Yes.
Otherwise known as Snaggletooth.
Yeah, so it's a cat in a dirt bike helmet with
It's
some,
like a Bell Moto 3.
yeah, with some rather big fangs coming out of the side. It's a great T-shirt, and I shall wear it forever.
Cheers.
Thank you, Jim. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Honestly, I
And-
absolutely love it.
I think Liza scored the best with Twinkies, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty
When was the
happy.
last time you saw those? Oh, the
I'll trade you. I like
the snowballs.
coconut covered
Ooh, raspberry
Twinkies.
zingers.
Ah, it's good stuff.
There's 3 of them here.
Well,
I'll
since
share.
you're sharing a year, I've been doing a
Oh, there's ho-hos.
oh no,
Not inappropriate for
you know why?
Liza.
You know why? Because they remind me of me, the creamy
She likes
filling.
twins.
It's like get that out.
Ho-hos for the ho-ho.
So I just want to share. You guys know I've been doing some more AliExpress product reviews.
Oh, God. What have you bought?
Well,
The Farmer Brown edition.
my pants I'm wearing.
They're not
No.
pants.
They're champagne.
They're
pants.
motoralls.
They're motoralls. Yes, they are.
Motoralls. So I will admit, I am on the fence about is it right or not to buy knockoffs from AliExpress of name brand stuff. So like, we've been playing around with the tire inflator that I got, for like $12 or something, $15. Because, cheap from China. Oh, there's a squirrel behind you. Oh, Jim.
And your tire inflator is not branded.
It's not branded, no problem. But when it's a branded thing, then I'm like, oh, this is kind of sketch. So what I am wearing they are a knockoff of the Fast House Motoralls, which are coverall.
No one
biking
has any
pants.
idea. I had never seen a pair of these until today. So you have to
yeah.
describe them. I think you need to.
Yeah, they're like overalls.
Yeah, like
But
Oshkosh
they're-
Bagosh overalls.
Dirt biking pants
Is it-
full of pockets and
Isn't
stuff.
Fast House like a hooligan type product?
No, it's dirt biking.
Oh, I thought it was.
For those who
Hooligan
racing.
can't see Liza's sweet getup, it reminds me so much of the clothing that is worn by tradespeople in Europe, with a bunch of extra
Oh, yeah,
pockets.
that's
and
true.
Like that sort of onesie.
Black patches.
So Fast House sells them for $250, and these were $50 shipped to me from China. So I am on the fence because they literally brand it as Fast House, and it's like, But I've been trying it out to see if the quality's good. They're really comfortable. I like them.
You've had them on for about 10 hours.
Yeah.
Since this morning,
And
you've been wearing them.
really
I
like
have
them.
to be honest with you, Liza. The colour looks good on you. It's sort of a soft gold kind of colour.
I found the ad. The color is called champagne, which feels right on brand for Uncle Liza.
Yeah. So I've been trying it out. I've been
Carhartt
getting my shipments. I have something else that's coming next week. Oh, you'll have to wait and see. But it is a toy. I will tell you that. So we'll have some fun with that.
Is it a toy you take in the bedroom?
You could take it anywhere with you.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll find
Okay.
out. Yeah. But it's, yes. Anyway, won't say anymore, but we'll see. We're going to have fun with that. Yeah, so I don't know. Tell me what you think. I still like going on to AliExpress and Temu and trying things out to see, and some of them have been kind of crappy, it's fun just to try, but I'm pretty happy with these. Check them out. Or if you want to get the real thing, Fast House Motor Rolls.
What do you think? Can you think of what your best Bing Bong purchase has been? Like, what's the one, something you bought like over the last few years? Because you've been buying that shit for a while now. Any couple of things that really stand out as good purchases?
That Lego kit.
How about that steering damper?
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind.
Yeah,
I
that
love
steering
it.
damper is pretty
That's what
nice. And it's not branded, but it is exactly identical to the Scott damper.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good value.
You know, I've actually kind of figured this out. I think you are a chronic shopper, Liza. And if you are a chronic shopper, not blowing thousands of dollars on brand name stuff and buying cheaply, it's legit.
I am a product of the weekend flea market shoppers.
Yeah. So
On steroids. You that has an
So
understatement.
you might as well go to somewhere like Temu. And I like
That's fun.
Temu and AliExpress,
So-
where you're not going to lose all your money.
I will share with you a game that I play on these websites. Feel free to try. Oh, do you have it open, Scotty?
Sure.
A Temu or an AliExpress, have it open. We're going to go to the search bar. Now, I'm not going to try and get you into trouble.
How do you spell TEMO?
TEMU. Okay. So here's a game I play. Emma, I need a noun, any noun.
Any noun.
Any noun.
Shoe.
Great. Brian, I need another noun, any noun.
Helmet.
Okay. Put any two words together and see what you get. Look up shoe helmet.
Well, there is
Come
a
up, Shuey.
helmet brand that sounds a lot like shoe, and that's what's coming up.
It's fun game to just do any two words together. Here, how about green waterfall? And like you go down these rabbit holes of interesting things. I know. So that's a little side note. Sold the Africa Twin,
Congratulations.
and I'm feeling good about this. Guy who bought it saw it, and it was comparing a lot of them. But here's the thing why I think it's a perfect match. He's got a bunch of buddies. He rides like Harleys and CBRs, and he's got a bunch of buddies doing adventure riding. Some of them have Africa Twins. One of them has a DCT already, but he's new to the kind of off-road riding. So I said, oh, well, this is the perfect entry because it's more affordable. Like, I mean, Brian, for 10, 11 grand, you're looking at a 10-year-old GS, pretty much, right?
Right.
And for Pan America, they want like 30 grand for that.
Right.
So for 10, 11 grand, you can get into an adventure bike, low mileage, and you have a DCT, which is a good for people on a learning curve. That is a really good match, and because his friends already ride that bike. But here's the things that caught his eye: that color scheme with the gold wheels. And the Corbin seat.
Oh, the Corbin seat looks fabulous
Nice.
on there.
Yeah. So that was the thing that really caught his eye. So I'm really happy for the bike to carry somebody into new adventures.
Well, and didn't you put him through some trials before you, as he was deciding to buy the bike? Didn't you make him do low speed turns or something like that?
Well, yeah, he hadn't tried it out yet. He was down here with his family for the weekend, so he hadn't had time to test ride the bike. But he was pretty sure, like, this is really exactly what I need and it's in my budget and all that. But he said, well, I don't know. Since I last talked to you, I've been doing some research about the DCT, and I was reading an article by this guy who said he kept having issues with it and they had to replace parts and it kept downshifting when it shouldn't. And I don't know about this kind of technology and I don't know. And I said, just hop on it and take it around the block. There's no point in overthinking or processing or hearing from other people. You don't understand the technology. Here, I just happen to have a room full of gear right here. Yes, I have a jacket that'll fit you. Yes, here's a helmet. Go around the block, and I had him start. So remember last week I had a guy lined up, and I'm like, just go straight out the driveway. But he goosed it and kind of veered and almost hit people.
Yeah, he had him lined up at me.
I know.
He didn't veer. He just went straight.
So this time I said, here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you make a sharp right out of the parking lot. I want you to, with your feet down, use the throttle and just walk the bike around in a sharp turn. Don't try and ride it out because you don't understand the speed trajectory yet. You don't know the throttle. I want you just to be able to feel the finesse. And as you give it a little throttle, it goes. You let off the throttle, it goes back into neutral, and it's just rolling. And he could see that you could get this fine control and walk it around until he was facing out. And then he went around the block and he came back with a giant grin on his face. And he's like, yep, I overthought it. And he realized, yeah, it's easy. It's really easy. So that I felt good about that too. I learned my lesson last week from the guy. I'm like, yeah, I put it in sport mode for you. It's more fun that way. Yeah, this one I'm like, I put it in drive mode. It'll be easy. So yeah, feeling good.
Okay.
But
Well done.
and the question now is, should I get the Niken?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was saying no today, but I can't think of anything else you should get. So now I'm like going back to,
Well, I mean-
go ahead, fuck it.
There's some inevitabilities about this. Is you could revisit Harleys again, and I know that would scratch an itch. With
I don't have
you.
I
any
was going to
friends that
say
ride
she
'em.
needs to scratch an itch, and I think
No, the only reason I'd have a Harley if I was doing touring. If I'm going to do touring, I'd rather get a Goldwing
Right.
now.
So that's the Harley out. So kind of for
No.
you, I think something very quirky is a great.
So let me share something with you. I come from a family that really isn't in need of anything. We all have what we need. So every Christmas, what do you get? Family members that don't need anything at Christmas? Well, years ago, my family decided we were all just going to get funky socks for each other. We just pick out funky socks. This is my funky sock motorcycle. What do you get?
Okay.
What kind of bike do you get for the person who doesn't need another bike?
yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
just
found
funky
the funkiest
socks.
sock of all
Exactly.
motorcycles.
It's a
So,
funky sock.
so have you done any creeping around on Craigslist?
Well, there's a few less available right now than there
Yeah.
was when I started looking, but I have an offer from somebody in the room to go retrieve one. Is it from anywhere in the country, Scotty?
You know I'm always up for an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's makes it really easy.
Yeah.
So there's one in Arizona right now.
Ooh, nice time of year.
I'm going to find you one
Arizona.
right now.
I actually found strangely,
He's going to leave from the podcast.
Emma, I don't know if
to
you've heard of
Arizona.
it. The best site I found, and I've never heard of this site, so I've been searching the usual ways, right? But I found a site called, what was it? Parking. It's really weird. Hold on. It is, let's see. I've never heard of this site, but what it does is it seems to be pulling from Craigslist ads and other things around the world. So it's called theparkingmotorcycle.com. Anyone else ever heard of this?
Nope.
Right. Neither had I. Theparkingmotorcycle.com, and it says that it's in beta. So just looking at the Niken, it's listing every Niken for sale around the world right now.
Yeah, I found it.
That's fabulous.
And it's showing that the ads are coming. This one's from Craigslist. This one is from in Canada from some website called Kijiji. There's
Kijiji is
one-
like the Craigslist of Canada.
Okay, there's a site. Here's one in Kentucky on Moto Hunt.
Kentucky.
There's even one in UK listed on eBay. So this is kind of pulling from all these different sites.
How'd you come across it?
I just was Googling Niken for sale, and it was one
that
of
came
the
up, huh?
search
The search engine.
results that came up. And it seems to be repeating everything I'm finding on any other site. But if I go to Cycle Trader, there's one. If I go to eBay or, wherever, there's one. And this is kind of pulling them all.
There's also, it looks like there's the parking cars. So they cover lots of different things, it seems.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a vehicle, check this out. Theparkingmotorcycle.com. It's parking-motorcycle.com.
The parking-motorcycle. And
So
the
yeah,
parking-cars.
I will, once I get the Africa Twin finalized, I'll see what's out there and I'll run it by you. And I appreciate that offer.
Run out and get it.
Yeah.
Now I'll figure out how to deal with all the people at the gas stations between there and here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get all the
Exactly.
questions.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm worried about, and I think, Brian, you were commenting on this, is I realized, 2 front tires. And what size front tires was it?
15s, 120, 15.
Yeah, but they last twice as long.
That's true. Here's another drawback I didn't think until just now, Liza.
Yeah.
If you get used to this, the next step, if you don't stay current on real motorcycles, is the Can-Am Spider. And you don't want to go down that road.
No. There's a gold wing between that and the Can-Am.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Not
my
ruling
friend
out the
Sarah
Can-Am,
has
there's a golden
Liza.
Yeah?
My friend Sarah has a Goldwing with a sidecar for sale right now. If you'd be interested.
No.
Yeah, we live
She
in
means
California.
I'm kind of
Okay.
over sidecars
Yeah.
right now.
She had a bad experience.
Though I do want to share, just getting on that. So I was commenting on the sidecar experience I had and the fact that Industrial Moto would not respond to me, and
Yes.
and everyone here witnessed it was poorly made. Well, I had an email from somebody. I'm gonna leave their name out of it, but he said, "Sorry to hear about the sidecar problem. For what it's worth, I had a sidecar from Industrial Moto on a Honda Monkey. It was a giant piece of garbage. I tried and tried, but never could get it right. It was just not engineered with any reasonable degree of competence. The axle eventually bent on the third ride around the block."
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
It sounds familiar. He says, "Yeah, I think that they're just a cash grab off of the cool factor. People are like, oh, that's cool, and buy it, and then it's junk, and then they just ignore you." So that was why I finally, named them, because I don't think you should buy a sidecar from Industrial Moto
Or
based
anything.
upon how they have handled this whole situation. Apparently, someone else had been through it.
Yeah, sounds like you're not alone.
Exactly.
Let the buyer beware.
Frankly, it's no way to run a business. I mean, as somebody
No.
who is a business owner here,
Yeah,
you,
I wasn't.
you really have to stand behind what you do.
I wasn't naming them based on the quality of the product.
No, it's
It was I named them based upon how they handled this situation. That's what it came down to. Emma, you were busy today.
I was.
It was Italian bike tire change day,
It was.
and I thought, what are the odds? Because you called and said a young chap named Dylan
Dylan.
will be coming up
Well,
on an Aprilia changing his tires, and this guy showed up on a Moto Guzzi
not Dylan.
with tires. I went, "Oh, you must be Dylan." He goes, "No, I'm Max." I'm like, "What? Wait, maybe Emma had it. Wait, what?
And he was on a Moto
So-
Guzzi Nevada. Is that
Yes.
what he was on?
Nevada.
Never
Yeah.
seen.
Never seen it before. Yeah, first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, Bagel.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Moto Guzzi Nevada? Look
Not
it up.
Sure.
It's the Yamaha Virago of Moto Guzzis,
It is indeed.
of Italian bikes. It's kind of a weird little cruiser.
It only comes with one muffler, apparently.
Yeah.
No, the story of Dylan. So Dylan's one of my customers, and he.
And Dylan's with the Aprilia. We're not
yeah,
talking about
Dylan is
Guzzi,
with
yeah.
the Aprilia.
An RSV.
Very, very nice RSV, which he just bought.
Yeah.
And he showed up at the shop and he said, "Look, I've just bought this bike. It's been sitting for however many years. I need to get it straightened out." So we sat down, we did a few calculations, bum. And I think the final total was about $1,200. And he's like, "Oh my God." I said, "Well, it's like buy big toys, you get big bills." And he said, "Well, is there any alternative?" I said, "Yes, of course. You could go to the recycle garage, and there is no charge for labor, but you have to do it yourself." And truthfully, I think he might have regretted it.
That's true.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of people misunderstand what I do at the shop. And being a motorcycle mechanic, and I know Phil's going to be nodding his head right now when I say that, is just fucking brutal work. It's hard work. You're lugging big pieces around, and it doesn't stop. And particularly if you work on Harleys. I mean, doing sport bike wheels is easy because they don't weigh anything. You try picking up a 50-pound Harley wheel and, picking it up to waist height and putting it on the tyre machine and just fighting with the tyre.
I tried.
It's hard work.
I tried to take a little bit of the load off of you, and my job was getting bikes without center stands
Up off the ground.
up off the ground and stable.
Yes.
And so that was the first
No,
time. And get the wheels off. So that Emma just had to change tires.
But I think, Dylan is like 4:45. Oh, I'm done. And I'm like, no, you're not. There is one of the rear wheel spacers. He's like, oh, God. And
he was so deflated at that moment.
He was done. So I said, look, let's do this quickly. So we took the axle out, just manhandled the wheel, put the spacer back in, and then got him down the road.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Max, who just put tires on his Nevada,
and is all suited up.
Ready to go.
and he's ready to go. Front tire's flat. I'm like, Max, did you put a tire iron through the tube? I don't know.
And full disclosure, he did not bring tubes. He didn't know he needed tubes. He only bought tires.
Right. Because, of course, he went to Cycle Gear, and they don't know. They just sell you the tires.
How did he end up with 2 tubes then?
Well, we had one.
One was the
here.
old one. Yeah.
Yeah, so he reused the old one, thank God, because, of course, we don't have any 16-inch tubes here. We just happen to have an 18-inch tube kicking around.
I actually have a couple stashes of tubes in the garage.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that tube was probably for your 750 Honda.
I don't know where it came from.
Well, there you go. Anyway, we
what
used
750 Honda do I have?
You had. You had one. The cafe.
Oh, my
bike.
CB?
Yes.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, this was literally at 5 o'clock. So I was like, what do we do? So I just pulled the front wheel out and did a quick tire change on it. But it's brutal work. People don't realize.
Yeah, and I think that Dylan was wanting more instruction and being told exactly what to do. But I like to kind of let people learn by figuring stuff out. So it's like, now you got to, adjust the chain. How do I do that? Well, here's your 2 bolts, adjust them. And he would, he does it. And then I'm like, yeah, that's way too tight. After he's like put everything on tight.
And now he's
and he's like, it's like, no, this is the process. You
and then I show up with a spacer after that.
It's like, no, sometimes you got to go back.
But that's motorcycling. I mean, the sooner you learn that lesson, the better.
Exactly.
Never tighten a bolt tighter than you want to take it off like 3 minutes afterwards.
But the lesson to learn here, and it's a very, very important lesson for everyone to learn, it's very, very easy to look at Aprilias, to look at Ducatis and say, this is a very exotic Italian bike. It's big money. The same applies to Japanese bikes. If you've got a 4-cylinder bike, no matter what size it is, you'd better be prepared to shell out if you want to maintain it.
Yeah, how much was just the rear tire on that bike?
$300.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a Pirelli Corsa. I mean, this is like the tire of tires.
But then you think about like the 50,000-mile service or whatever, where you're doing plugs, all the fluids.
Oh, valve clearances?
On like an inline 4, whatever.
Well, here's what I charge for ducks. If you bring a duck in and you want valve clearances and belts, it's $2,000.
How much?
And I'm half the price of the dealer. And this is what people don't realize. $2,000. So off you go down to the Ducati dealer, see what they want.
And that's a twin. Think about a V4.
How much for a goose?
How much for
Yeah, and
surely you mean a GS500 Suzuki?
We had so many people show up today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There was a lot.
The parking lot was full. We had a lot of new people showing up. We had all kinds of bikes there.
It was great. Shout out to the 2 guys from San Jose who arrived on the Harleys. Look very mean and tough, but what a pair of nice guys. It was Curtis and
Ray.
Hello.
And I was like, who wants a leather vest? We got a leather vest in the free gear room. And one of them he was so stoked it fit him.
There you go.
Oh, and by the way, the guy who bought my Africa Twin, he also got a 3/4 jacket. I'm like, he couldn't believe I had one that fit him, like a 3XL. He's like, he couldn't believe it. I'm like, it's yours, dude. Have it.
That probably came from me.
Maybe, yeah. And we had a lot of gear going out, which is good. Oh, which actually brings up, I have a question for our listeners. If there's anybody who is going to be driving from Los Angeles up to Northern California in the near future, we need a favor. You may recall, it's about a month ago, Evans Brasfield, I believe is his name. He was the editor-in-chief of
Cycle World?
Cycle World, I think.
Yeah.
who was killed in a hit and run. His widow is donating all of his gear to our gear room. And he's got a lot of gear, tracksuits and all that. So we're looking for somebody who can bring like a backseat carload worth of gear or a station wagon worth of gear. John's going down in like early December, maybe
November. Well, after Thanksgiving.
Early December.
Yeah, I'm going down for Thanksgiving.
But if anyone is going down or coming up in a car and can bring gear, the gear is in Burbank, and we would love to help her out. She's trying to get all these things out of her house that are just kind of reminding her of him, and wants to know that it will go to somebody who's going to use it, especially as we give out stuff to like new riders and stuff. So yeah, if there's anyone driving up here, please shoot me an email, motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. We will appreciate it. Emma, did you get anything else done today?
We
had children running around.
There were children.
Mikey 3 times brought a truckload of motorcycles.
What was that old school Honda? The not the Viffer, but the Tiffer or something like that.
VGR?
Nisser.
The VTR 250.
That thing was cool.
250.
Yes.
Super cool.
So,
And 1990.
yeah, very,
It looked
very
every bit
rare
of it.
bike.
So clean.
Just darling little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 250?
Yes, V-twin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just really cool bikes out there.
they really were. Here's something. So Mikey 3 times brought down a couple of bikes, both sort of mini bikes. I mean,
Well, the PW50 is the miniest.
Freya's Pee-wee 50.
Yeah.
And his, I think it's 150. Both running like three-legged horses, and both with carburetor problems. And I said, Mike, you need to be careful about your fuel source for these bikes, and it's a very, very common mistake that people make. If you have multiple bikes, and I'm as guilty as anybody else, I mean, I've got multiple bikes, I've got multiple cars. The difference with my bikes, everything gets filled up at the pump. Not all Mike's bikes get filled up at the pump. He has cans of gas in the garage to fill up his bikes.
The PW50, is that two-stroke?
Yes, but it's got a separate tank. It's got oil injection.
Oh, okay.
However, if you have a can of fuel, you've got to rotate that too. You've got to rotate it through your fleet. Because if it's sitting out in the garage, especially in the corner where it's damp, where it's cold, where it's getting moisture, and it's just getting some age on it, before you know it, you're putting garbage fuel, which you think is good fuel, in your bikes. And I think that's what happened. Because I said, did you fill these two bikes up from the same can? Yes. And there you are. And it plugged the idle jet on the Pee-wee, and it plugged up the float valve on the 150. So we cleaned everything out, got it running well.
I rotate the fuel through the car. When it starts to get old, put it in the
put it
car,
in
and then put another 12 gallons in there, right?
Right.
Well, number one, of course, cars have got giant fuel tanks, so it's, shitty fuel's less diluted. But, a car, particularly a slightly lower technology car, like a, car from 20 years ago, they withstand old fuel a little better. They're not quite as quirky as bikes. I do the same at work. If I get a gallon of old fuel, I'll put it in the truck. I'll put it in King Kong.
So 2 months for fuel?
Generally now, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
How much does Stable give it? Does it give it any more time?
Stabilizer, yeah.
No.
No.
I'll tell you what Stable does is it stops it forming crystalline deposits that'll plug up your carb, but it doesn't make the fuel any more combustible.
Oh.
So what you may end up with, the nightmare scenario with Stable, is you sniff the fuel, that still smells okay, and it's got no combustible qualities whatsoever, and you're like, why won't my bike run? Well, you're trying to put your old fuel in it, and just because it's got Stable in it, it doesn't mean it's combustible.
Interesting.
Just cycle your fuel through. It's the easiest thing in the world. If you don't know how old the can is, put it in your car, fill it up again with fresh, and date it. Sharpie, write it on the can. When do you fill it up?
Yeah. Also,
good idea.
Summer blend and winter blend has a different flash point too.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Well, cool.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to get to So Jim, Scotty, and John, you guys... John, you've been gone a while.
Yeah, I have been.
But
It seems like
you guys were off on
forever,
an adventure.
Johnny.
Triumphant
3 weeks,
return.
yeah.
And you guys talked about going on this big adventure in where does he go? The desert.
Mojave, Johnson Valley.
Johnson
I just
Valley.
have to. I don't know why I visualize. I just assume, and maybe it's because of Jim's storytelling. Are you all running around the fire pit naked at night? Is that what's
100%.
happening?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's what I assume.
Is that why it's called Johnson Valley?
That's
Exactly.
exactly what I thought.
It's got man boobs a flopping.
So, you guys went adventuring, and how long? How many days were you there in the desert?
4 days.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And I heard, Scotty, that you tried to get everyone killed. Is that true?
Pretty much.
Never on purpose. But which time are you talking about?
Are you one of those kind of
Scotty
like
is fearless.
What did I do?
better
Wait,
riders who
seriously,
tries
which
to
time are you
bait
talking
everyone
about?
into some sort of situation they don't want to be in?
I don't know. And I think probably, if I'm guessing correctly, because this is the sad truth, is that I genuinely don't know which time you're talking about. But I'm guessing this is the
pipeline incident.
Pipeline Road.
Yeah.
All right.
And we were trying to figure out our way back and looked at the map, had some route finding challenges. We had a question to answer of like, okay, there's 2 roads to go back. One of them's really direct.
Well, but it started before that, though.
It
It started when we made the decision to go back into the hills.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Let me pause.
All right.
I want to paint a picture for our listeners of the terrain because you say Mojave Desert, and some people think it might be like Death Valley, just kind of flat and expansive. And Jim, you've talked a lot about the terrain, but Scotty, I want to hear your description. What is the terrain like in Johnson Valley and Mojave?
It's pretty mountainous. Okay. And I know Jim has also said this many times, is that there's something there for everybody, which also means that there's definitely some part of the ride that's not for you. So there's deep sandy wash ruts and then piles of baby heads that are kind of like a trail. And I guess we have to go over this now. And then
Baby heads are small rocks. They're
rocks
calling
that are
baby
about the
heads.
size of a softball or so.
Oh, you mean they're not real baby heads?
No.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Not till the acid
And
kicked
then
in.
steep uphills, steep downhills,
Yeah.
Twisty, very like
So are these
slick
dirt,
rock almost
dirt
kind of
roads
things. Mostly dirt roads.
that, and I'm assuming this like just scrub and maybe very small little trees and
Yeah,
stuff.
nothing's taller than
And
like your
rocky
waist.
things jutting out everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
you just
let
go
me mention
explore.
too, Guillermo was with us. We didn't
Yes.
mention him in the
we
Yes.
got Guillermo.
Yep. Shout out to Guillermo, man.
Yeah, one of our listeners
Rock and
showed
roller.
up. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, Jim said Guillermo was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
you would put a shout out saying, hey, any listeners want to
Yeah.
show up? Come on out. Somebody showed up, huh?
Yeah, first time in the desert too.
Yeah. I want to mention that, and we've talked a little bit about this, that showing up out in the middle of the desert with a bunch of people you don't really know and don't really know how they ride, and just showing up to like
With
get
a
in
new-
with it,
with a new bike,
with a
too.
new bike,
Yeah.
and you're not super sure about it, is incredibly brave.
Right.
So all the props to Guillermo for showing up and giving it.
And let's talk about the bikes you're riding. John, you're on your DRZ 400.
Correct.
Jim, you're 450.
Yep, Sierra 450.
Scotty, were you on your...
XR 650L.
And then Guillermo showed up on the Sierra 300?
300 rally-ish looking thing. 300L.
300L, right. Okay. So these are all very dirt-capable bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be able to navigate just about anything. So what were some of the challenges? Have you ridden there, Scotty?
I have ridden a fair bit in that area.
Okay.
20 years ago, mostly. And yeah, I don't think any of us are actually more talented than our bikes. The bikes are incredibly capable and competent.
Right.
But, there are definitely things out there that are super fun and less fun. So you can go into really deep sand, which if you have a big bike and you're going to just smash it, can be kind of fun. It floats around, which can also be terrifying if you're not used to that.
This whole ride was a hard no for you, I think.
And there's also big rocky hill climbs,
Right.
which can be a challenge with maybe you're into that, or it's just kind of sketchy and you don't really want to be there, but this is the way home. As well as that super fun stuff where it's just there's an open desert,
Dry lake bed.
but the scrubby parts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just this is an open desert. You can ride wherever you want. We're gonna go somewhere over that ridge. Let's aim for that notch. Go. And it's choose your own adventure. Go in and out and dodging bushes and oh my gosh, there's a big rock there. Go around it. That kind of thing.
You know what I liked about it, and Scotty and I talked about this because we both do kind of solo adventures a lot. It was nice to go with a group of people, and John Guillermo was a really nice group to be with. But kind of like Scotty alluded to, we all kind of enjoyed different aspects of it. Yeah. So we ended up doing stuff that maybe we wouldn't have normally done. Like John, for example, liked hauling ass down these sandy roads at like 50, 60 miles an hour, for
John, you did that?
Oh, I did that. Out of hell.
Wow.
And Scotty and I dug a lot of like the slower rock stuff, and Scotty did this crazy slab thing that I completely chickened out on, and that's where
there's some really questionable decisions to be made out there.
Well, because you can go anywhere. There are trails and roads, but it's also go wherever the fuck you want.
It's not limited to like open trails or any roads. It's just here's a few hundred square miles of desert. Have at it.
So, I know that there were challenges you guys met.
Oh, yeah.
There's a cat who wants to come in.
You let the cat in, Liza.
She's just going to meow at the door.
That's okay. Oh, there's a paw coming in now.
Oh, no. Hold on. All right, let me get the cat. I want to hear from Scotty. What was one of your challenges?
Oh, man. Meow. I fell over a bunch of times, and none of them really got hurt, but at one point, was 100% stuck underneath the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I was trying to go around this berm, and I was feeling
was that berm shot?
I saw you eat it there, too.
I was a
right
cool
behind
kid, and I fell right over, and the bike was uphill of me and had fallen down onto me.
It was a berm shot of loam.
I got a
if I remember,
berm shot of... it was just sand.
Did you
and
just
I was stuck?
Sit there and wait for someone to come along to find you, like Jim? Because Jim's used to that with me.
I am, and like with you, there was fuel. I think dribbling out on.
Oh yeah, gasoline all up my pants. Yeah, but I was pretty stuck. I was turtling there until I got some friends to come help me out.
Yep,
but sand's good like that.
That's when it's nice to have someone to ride with you. Now, John, I heard you fell more than once, maybe.
Yeah, I think. I fell. I ate it hard once.
Oh.
So Scotty
through your armor one time.
Yeah, Scotty was behind me.
I got to watch the whole thing.
Actually, twice. First day out, I went down and I just scraped right through. I got road rash in the desert. Go figure that out.
Through your armor.
Yeah, through my armor. So, but the real one was when Scotty was following me. Jim was ahead. We were headed out towards this dry lake bed, and we got into deep silt. And I got cross-rutted and just went boom, went down hard. But I was going like 30 miles an hour ish.
Yeah, you were cooking, and it's one of these roads. It's kind of a 2-track that kind of winds along, and it was down in an area where it's kind of sandy, a couple little bushes around, but then all of a sudden it went from kind of sandy to just cocoa powder silt.
It was horrible.
and John's booking along and just fell over, and I swear you were going about 35 or 40.
Yeah.
You didn't bounce. You didn't slide.
Just boom. Just boom. It hurt. My shoulder still hurts a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple other minor tip overs. I broke my side stand. Go figure that out.
How do you break your
That
side
was at the
stand?
end of a long day, too.
No, I was just
remounting.
Well, we should frame that whole
Well, we found out
conversation.
there was probably a crack in there.
What is it with you and kickstands?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Just kick some extra hard.
I know.
We should, we should go chronologically how it went because we took.
Yeah.
The first day was a lot of fun. We woke up. It was Thursday morning. Guillermo had come in the middle of the night, so we were all there, and we're like, "How's everybody's riding? Okay, we're all good. Desert, cool." And so we head out to this dry lake bed that's maybe 12 miles, to the east. And
so much fun.
Very riding, very, everything from rocks to open desert to sand to John eating shit in the loam. And, but it's a lot of work. And Guillermo, we love you, man. But Guillermo started working hard about halfway through.
Yeah.
Did you break him?
Yeah.
No.
You're right.
No. Guillermo stayed strong the whole way. He may have thrown up like crazy when we got back to camp. But it was a good day, and then out to this dry lake bed that's probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile across, something like that. So we all did the racing, had it pinned 6th or 5th gear, what everybody had, hauling across the dry lake bed, which is always kind of a lot of fun.
Did some drag racing out there. Yeah. It was a good time.
Mm-hmm. Did Guillermo's bike get broken?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
We're going chronologically here, and that.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
What sort of bike was Guillermo riding?
CRF 230.
300.
CRF
300.
300.
CRF 300. Okay, so I mean that's not a bad bike.
I think he was asking a lot of it out there in the sand. Guillermo's not a small person, not big, but average size.
Right, because I know Scotty, you were riding your 400, and John, you were on your 400.
I was on a DRZ. He was on a 650.
650.
Yeah.
Sorry, and you were on the DRZ. And then what were you riding, Jim?
The Honda 450.
The 450. So you've all got bikes with plenty of power.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 300 may be a little.
Well, it had been a while
overwhelmed.
since Guillermo had ridden also, so he wasn't quite set up. Like, I don't think he had a camel pack.
Right.
Kind of new bike to him. And he was pretty exhausted by the end of the day. But it just goes to show it's like, don't underestimate riding in the sand because once you get tired, it starts kicking
Well,
the shit out of you.
it's hard to get up on top
There's
of it.
value. There's always value in walking in another person's shoes. And it's like what I was saying about being a motorcycle mechanic today. People don't realize how hard work it actually is. Same as riding in sand and dirt. It's damned hard work. Yeah.
Brian, do you do this kind of stuff?
I have in the past.
You don't have any smaller bikes right now? Because you like the big bikes.
No, I did the sheet iron.
Oh, okay.
Probably 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wait, were we there then?
No, I did it the year before you did.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There was a guy on a Duke with TKC 80s.
There's always somebody.
It was the time it rained really bad and snowed and.
Yeah, we had a dude on a Ninja 250 doing it on street
Okay.
tires.
This guy had a KTM, but whatever.
So-
All right.
Yeah.
So you get it though, this kind of riding.
Yeah, I used to run a lot of hare scrambles in the Midwest
Oh, totally.
and motocross races and sure.
And so for going out to Johnson Valley, there's other people out there? Are there like side-by-sides and Jeeps and all
Oddly
the
enough,
things?
yeah. I mean, you have that random kind of people doing the outdoor stuff, but we came across a couple of interesting things. Like, just goes to show when you get out and do stuff. The first day we were there, we came across this cross-country adventure. I think they were filming it for a reality TV show.
Oh, right.
You would like this, actually. And it was 2 women teams in, like, Ford Broncos and stuff. They started up at Mammoth or somewhere, went through Nevada. They were on day, like, 7 or something when we saw them out in Mojave. And it's a 2-person challenge where they have to navigate with map and compass and, no electronic or navigational aids other than that. That was kind of cool. Like, in the middle of nowhere, there's this dude with a camera. I'm like, roll up on him. I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? And then this thing came by. So that was kind of neat. So when you think there's no people out there, you see these odd things like that.
And that's such a large area of public land that there's always something going on out there.
Well, and you had another visitor besides Guillermo join you. Moved sideways.
Oh yeah. Well,
we'll get to that
Chronologically.
So the hare, so on the first day, we also ran into a hare and hound race out of the blue.
National Hare and Hound
AMA sanctioned race.
100-mile race.
Yeah. So it's 3 loops of totaling 100 miles through just a gnarly shit in the desert.
Yeah, we're out
of increasing difficulty.
Yes.
Each loop is harder than the last.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere, and we started seeing like little pink tape, and you're like, huh? Then there's a little sign with the arrows, Like, what the fuck? Because we're out there, and then it's like in the distance you can see like banners or something. I don't know what it's. So we're like, let's go check it out.
What's that?
And then next thing you know, there's an AMA sanctioned hare and hound race. So which is cool. So it's like Scotty was saying, it's a 100-mile.
It was sponsored by the 100s MC.
100s MC out there. Funky desert racing clubs out there, by the way. But it's 3 loops that get increasingly more difficult. Ends up being 100 miles.
And if you get on Instagram, you can see some pictures of that.
When are you going to invite Bagel to join you on one of these trips?
Bagel's always invited.
What are you doing next weekend, Bagel?
Yeah, I know, right?
Bagel, I'm so dying for you to build your dirt scooter and go out there and show everyone up.
I keep thinking about it every time you guys talk about going off road.
Do they make TKC 80s and 12-inch?
Well, ooh.
I don't think they do, but there are other knobbies available.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I need to get the ADV 150 scooter now.
That's
yes. Oh,
there you go.
I think you're onto something.
That's what you should get.
Unless you can get the knobbies for the other one.
Yes.
That's good
Ooh,
to
decision
think
making.
Imagine knobbies on a Niken.
I think so, right?
Well, hey, wait a minute. The
Right?
Niken might work in the sand.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a great
There's a lot
idea.
of flotation up front. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to see if I can get 15-inch knobbies.
That we might be onto something. That solves all my problems right there.
That's cool. So anyway, so we stumbled on this race, which was bitchin'. We met the promoters. We actually all got to take a motorcycle up onto the podium and take a picture with it. It was
Meg,
kind of fun.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Meg was great.
Yeah. So they were super nice. We chatted them up a little bit to learn about the race and all that. And then we bounded out. What did we do that night? I can't even remember.
I don't remember. We're just
I'm
rode around in
guessing that
circles.
you always come up with creative ways to light a fire. Jim.
we
What
got
was
that
it this time.
Well, we'll get there.
I
Or not
would
that- we can talk about the last day where John thought he was going to die.
Oh, I thought I was going to die.
That was a full day too.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was a good day.
So where did we start off that morning?
So we
we started off just kind of going out into the desert to the south.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah, because we crossed over the highway. That was great.
That was wild.
Yeah, that's right. It was one of these things where Scotty looked up and said, "Let's go that way," and it was some mountains in the distance.
Scotty is fearless. She just charges wherever she wants to go. It's just crazy.
There's a road, and we're on this road, and you can see it. And goes down into the valley and kind of goes out the other side and up into some mountains. It's probably like 20 miles away.
Yeah,
but the road looks straight, and I'm like,
it was tempting.
We've got to go. And it's calling my name, so we just followed the road to see where it went.
Yeah,
and found some cool stuff and wild tracks out there.
Yeah, just rambled through the washes and stuff like that.
Rocky and
then went to lunch at this funky place out there, the burger place.
Oh yeah, Cafe 247.
Yeah.
It's one of these desert little outposts where like you get like I don't know hamburgers and hot dogs.
The
and
greatest hamburger in the world, and greatest was spelled differently than I've understood it to be spelled. That's fine.
There's a strong Harley presence there.
And Guillermo had bounced because he did break his bike the day before.
His
did break
his headlight stopped working and his radiator fan stopped working. The bike started overheating.
Yeah,
and all we could tell is like his radiator fan wasn't coming on, but also his headlight
hadn't been on for a couple days.
His headlight wasn't working
There was
either.
something going on.
Gremlins.
Yeah, so we decided. So every other day we were kind of taking a break in the afternoon when it gets really hot. But this is our last day. We just eat and we're like, okay, let's keep going. So we jumped back in, went down that straight road at 60 miles an hour past the
race.
Past the race, yeah.
Further to the. Nobody's going to know what this means, but further to the northeast than we had been riding previously, and just kind of.
Yeah, well, our destination was a place called Rodman.
That's right.
Rodman National Forest or something like that.
Yeah, Rodman Peak. If you're
Rodman
looking
Peak,
up on the
yeah.
map, you can see
Rodman Peak, just out in the middle of nowhere.
About 6,000 feet, right?
Yeah,
just shy of 6,000
we
feet,
gained like 2,000 or 3,000 feet on the way from the campsite up to the top, where they have radio towers. And what's funny, from the campsite, we could see the mountain in the distance, which is probably 20 miles as the crow flies, but you couldn't see the radio towers until you got up to it. So it was a good ride. So it was a lot of wide open, hauling ass on those loose desert roads is a lot of fun. Once you get up 50 miles, 60 miles an hour, especially with a steering damper.
And it does get pretty squirrely.
Yeah.
Like there was not like a hard dirt road. It was a dirt road with lots of sand.
It was sandy. It was a sandy road, And
so it came about 3:00, and we'd come down Rodman Mountain.
It was cool. The ride up the mountain was bitching.
It was great,
cool.
yeah.
Big serpentine up to the top of this mountain with views forever.
And we were looking for a road that Scotty and I kind of saw the day before.
You had spotted it, and I hadn't seen it. Yeah.
So we ended up down this blah blah blah. We're down this road about 3:00, and now remember it gets dark 6:15 ish. So we're like, should we take this road? And Jim and I were like, I'm not sure. And Scotty was like, let's take it.
Well, is this the canyony one that was like a snake run?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
It was fun.
I felt like I was on rails.
We were like 35 miles from camp, though, which is always something to keep in the back of your mind.
Yeah. But man, it was just this down like a canyon wash.
Right.
And it was the rock kind of sort of flat area at the bottom.
So I'm guessing you don't want to ride at night in this terrain.
It would be a challenge.
Hell no.
Yeah, it would be a real challenge.
Well, you know what it is? It's I think it's exhausting because your brain works so hard. Because it's fun to ride at night a little bit around camp, but when you have to ride at night in the desert, your brain, I think, works so hard to interpret everything that's coming at it in the headlight. It's kind of exhausting.
You know, going back years and years ago to when I drove Greyhounds, and I used to spend a lot of time going between Reno and San Francisco, and none of 80s lit. And none of 50s lit, and especially in the winter time, your world is your headlights, and it is so tiring.
Yeah,
because your world becomes this little patch of road that's in front of you, and as you point out, you have to interpret so quickly what's coming at you, and things just appear out of the gloom. Wrecked car by the side of the road, stalled truck in front of you, snowdrift, stuff like that, and it comes very, very quickly.
Yeah, and out in the wilderness, I think the trade-off with darkness is you think you might be lost when the sun's up,
right?
When the sun goes down, then you know what lost is all about.
Yeah.
And that's
so.
I have a question though. If the worst happens and you really broke yourself, where is the nearest? How far away is the nearest civilization? I mean, are we talking like San Bernardino?
Barstow?
I assume
Barstow.
Barstow, yeah.
How far are you from Barstow? Because you're 35 miles from camp.
As the crow flies, we're probably only 20 miles from Barstow.
But
you gotta
from the road?
drive 100 miles to do this.
Yeah.
Right. There's no direct route
No.
to Barstow.
Are they coming with a truck or a
I
helicopter?
mean, 29 Palms
Or
may
is
be
it
a little
Barstow?
closer, but there's not much there.
It'd be Barstow, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Helicopter insurance. You got some, Brian?
Yep.
I've got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to be about what? Probably 4 o'clock.
It was getting late enough to like, we
4:30.
should probably take a fast way home.
Yeah.
So we found a straight road,
So
but
this
little
is where
did
we
we
got
know.
to our route finding
Yeah.
questions, where
Yeah.
we were looking at the map. We got 2 routes to get home. One is straight as an arrow, and it's called something like a pipeline road.
Yeah.
And the other one is a little bit more meandering. It's called Gasline Road. And I've had a little bit of experience with some of these pipeline roads, and they'll just go straight.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the terrain is, they're going straight. Now, they don't count up and down as turns for some
Right.
reason. So although they're straight on the map, they're highly variable in elevation.
So, Brian, this is kind of touching into your industry. Do you choose pipeline or gas line road?
Which one's going to be harder, pipeline or gas line?
I would think gas line would be harder, but
No.
to me, pipeline would be road serviceable.
Yeah, to me.
It
it's-
was on a.
I don't even remember
on
which
your
one.
road
Which one was harder? Was it gas line?
No, pipeline was harder.
Pipeline?
Yeah.
See, it doesn't really matter. There's no wrong. But it ended up being like I was saying, these utility roads. It could be power lines. It could be a gas pipeline. You think, oh, it's a utility road. Trucks go up. It must be fine. No, these roads can be gnarly as fuck. And we kind of talked about it. And sure enough, I mean, Scotty was much more capable of a rider than John and I. So you charged right up him like without even hesitating. But these are some big hill climbs and big downhills.
We're talking
Big.
couple hundred feet, maybe.
yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
and fairly steep.
Yeah.
And big and rocky and big nubs of rock coming out and shit. And just it's one of those things when you look, at least for me, I would look up this hill, be like, okay, I see my line. And as soon as I start up the hill with some momentum, I'm like, I just shot off my line. Now I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So you just keep it kind of on the throttle and keep your eyes up. And as long as you have faith in the motorbike,
Going down for me was
we
worse.
did. I tried to have a little bit of this conversation before we started that road of like, hey, this road looks like it goes in a straight line. That can sometimes mean it's very steep. And we
agreed.
kind of all got together. We
Yeah.
made a decision like, nope, the most direct route.
Yeah.
And we
And then we were like,
we chose
nope.
wrong. We made a mistake. Yeah.
so we had to do a little bushwhacking from trail.
Well, we did
across-
about 3 of those hills.
We did.
And at
We-
that point, I was done.
Yeah.
I was just gassed.
But credit to you, man. You nailed all 3 of those,
I
the
did,
uphills
yeah.
and the
Looked
downhills.
good.
Jim, I think you were describing it as that, like these almost like a hill climb. Like when we got stuck in it. When was that dirt biking park we went to down south? And it wasn't marked as a hard trail, and we're like going up, and it's getting steeper,
Pozo.
and we're like, nope.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Nope.
like that. Except I'm just enough better rider now to like really get in trouble. So like, you commit,
Yeah.
but it was good. Like, again, when you ride with other people, you kind of step out of your comfort zone. So I liked that. It scared the shit out of me, but I liked that we did
Oh,
it.
I agree.
But then we're all like, "Fuck this shit!" Like, but then
made a
we had to
mistake.
do some.
Well, Scotty was like, I'm great. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
No, we were all together, right?
Yeah, I
and
know.
all for one. But then we were like, okay, how do we undo this mistake? How do we get out of here?
because we didn't really want to ride back.
We didn't
the
want
way
to go
we
back
just
the way
came.
we'd go.
I wasn't going to make it. There was no way.
So it was land navigation time.
Yeah.
So we had to drag the bikes through this little weird ravine.
Well, we did ride them.
Yeah.
And was this at night?
It was,
No,
it was
still
start, but
Not yet.
starting to get towards nighttime. So they rode them through. I didn't ride it through because I was gassed, and then got it into a wash,
Which we went up for a while.
and that was like 8-inch thick sand
Yeah,
again.
that was just a slog.
And then we saw the other road that was sort of up like 10 foot off the wash. So, but getting up there was a bear. Trying to figure out how to get up.
Yeah, Jim found a
Yeah.
sneaky route that was less steep than all the other steep routes.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm just going to go the hard way.
Well, I don't know where we were both kind of figuring it out, and I took
Yeah.
your route, of course.
Is
It was a
fuel
better
ever an
choice.
issue in this?
I have a desert tank.
I have
Scotty has
plenty
a
of
big
fuel.
tank.
We had checked in on the fuel,
And-
so I've only got a 2-gallon tank, so I could have come up short.
Did you carry fuel in your backpack or anything?
Scotty
No.
had fuel.
Scotty had extra
Oh,
fuel,
yeah,
so we had
fuel.
penciled out the fuel.
Got it.
Water could have become an issue. I was probably out of 3 liters down to a half a liter.
We didn't have too many snacks.
Did you
No.
bring your sneakers, Jim?
No, I didn't do sneaker. But it's like that's where it kind of gets kind of serious, and that's kind of where the fun lies. Like staring into the sun. You're like,
Wow.
is that kind of edge of like, okay, this could.
Couldn't imagine being out there by myself.
Well, we were just a flat tire away, or a chain
Exactly.
brake, or a
So you guys didn't have extra tubes and inflation or
I
anything?
did have a sort of a repair kit with me. But
Yeah, I had a repair kit with me
night.
too. Yeah.
If we'd gotten a flat or
But-
broken
but
chain
it
or
would've been
something,
probably
we would have spent the night.
Yeah, because if you have a 21-inch tube, you can.
I always
put it
carry
in
those
there.
emergency blankets with me too, just in case something like that happens.
So I want to get to your visitor.
So let me just say we finally got out, thankfully, and back home.
Yeah.
Completely gassed, all three of us, I would say.
Ignoring a couple of rules that I go by at least, and one is always have a paper map. Didn't have a paper map. Well, every time I've been out there, it's like the open desert. It's like you don't really need one. Cell coverage is okay, which is never an excuse. But we were out there trying to kind of discern: is that an actual road,
Right?
Or are we going to like proper fuck ourselves here at the end of the day?
We were out there doing some envelope expansion of your previous explorations.
That's true.
Right?
Much further than I ever went before. But again, always bring a paper map. And then, the other rule is like, be careful when it starts to be afternoon,
Yeah.
But it worked out just fine. It was
we
fun. And we got to rip home until John. And then your kickstand.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was the trip.
You were about at the end of your rope, too. You were like...
I was about ready to lose my shit right there when the kickstand went.
I look over, John's getting off his bike. I'm like, we'll just kick it for a second. And all of a sudden, the bike falls over again. I'm like, what the fuck? And I pick it up, and the kickstand's laying there like, oops.
It had a crack in the backside that I never saw.
So you're in sand, you can just dig a hole and stand it up, right?
Yeah, well, we figured it
It
out.
was
but
a rocky part.
John has a.
I have a bad history.
History
Kickstands. My
with
kickstands don't like my fat ass. That's the problem.
I know.
But we got back to camp, wonderfully, had dinner. It was great. And then sitting around the fire. Oh, lighting the fire
Lighting the fire was fun.
was a super fun time. So
what method did you use this time?
Well, we do, different things in the past. We've done, the bow and arrow, the flaming Spartan, we like to call it. We've done gunfire.
Oh, Jim, please tell me. I want to see you light a gasoline fire from a fart sometime. I want to see you light your fart and ignite.
yeah.
How about the road flare? Have you done the road flare yet?
Well, let us
Not yet, but we saw
That's a
one
good
in
one.
the distance.
Those
It was
were
the
awesome.
spookiest fucking.
Yeah, it really was.
It was really spooky.
Yeah, some people up in the rocks had lit one at night. The road flare and the red smoke. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
devil worship.
It was cool.
It was bitching though. No, I had a bunch of leftover fireworks.
Well, Guillermo bought like 2 cords of wood with
Yeah,
him.
shitload of wood. It was
Yeah.
great.
So that's why you were able to abandon a pile of firewood.
The rattlesnake.
Well, let's finish lighting the.
Anyway, we just shot a whole. We dumped like
We made a big pile.
big pile of wood and gasoline and fireworks and lit it all up.
with we shot it with Roman candles.
It was about chest high.
Nice.
It's on
Puddle of gasoline in
Instagram if
there.
you want to see that
We
too.
shot Roman
I
candles
mean,
at it.
what on earth do you eat when you're on these trips? Like wombats and squirrels and like
Scorpions.
bugs and stuff like
That's correct.
what does one eat when you're camping?
Mostly wombats.
Wombats.
Cactus.
Wombat
No,
stew.
we all had coolers and fridges.
Yeah, we had
and-
coolers. Yeah, so we made different meals each night.
Oh, so you're eating.
John stoked us out with tacos one night.
Yeah.
You're eating people food.
We are, yes,
Okay.
not people.
Oh, the food's
No,
good.
but people food.
Correct.
Soylent Green.
Cactus pears.
Yes.
Oh, those are good.
So we're sitting around the fire after we lit it with the Roman candles,
No, we
and
just finished eating. We're kind of just hanging
just
out.
chilling, and we see a little friend come sliding up to us.
So, I had a little friend kind of snuggling up next to my feet, and we were like, "Whoa, what's that?" There's a little snake.
That stick just moved.
It was like a 1 foot sidewinder rattler.
Okay, so an adolescent.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
those can be meaner than the big
Oh
ones.
yeah. Well, they're still figuring stuff out,
Yeah.
so they'll just like, oh yeah, we're going to bite you.
But you guys kept your boots on, right?
No, I had sandals on.
Oh, wow. Bad move.
Yeah, I know.
Scotty had flip flops.
Yeah, I was wearing flip flops. Jim was naked.
Jim sent me.
He's always naked.
Jim sent me video of a sidewinder sidewinding into the woodpile.
Yeah.
And I think one of you saying like, "That's your log pile now."
We left it there. It was still there in the morning.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was
hanging
it
out.
was cool. I've been there so many times. I've never seen a snake ever, any kind of snake. And when Sky looked over and said, "Hey, there's a snake," you're like, "Holy shit!" And then that little, like just like in the movies, this sidewinder motion kind of cruised in towards the firewood. So then we had to now we didn't mess with it for a while, but we wanted to see
check it out and say what's
I
going
totally
on.
would have poked it.
I totally would have ate
gentle.
it.
I love poking snakes.
We were gentle.
But Scotty started picking the wood up because it went and hid under the wood, of course, and then it came out of the wood and it boogied at John for a second. You got a pretty
Yeah, it freaked me out. I'm like, I'm so glad I'm sleeping in the back of my truck tonight.
And then it was kind of tripping out by the fire. Anyway, it went back into the firewood, and we decided it could have the
So
firewood.
We just left it there.
is this the first time you've come across a nasty while you've been camping? Because there's scorpions out there, there's tarantulas out there, there's wombats out there.
And camping in Florida, I've seen it all.
Right.
Moccasins and alligators and all that stuff.
Right.
But camping in the desert, first time for me.
You know, I've always turned my boots upside down in the morning just in case there's somebody in there.
Smart.
And I've never found anything. I'm going to keep doing it just because.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
Video of the sidewinder.
Oh, he's lively.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a lively little
He's
chap,
lively.
isn't he?
Yeah.
He can
Well, you know
move
what?
quickly.
And the next morning, so we went to bed, whatever, and I'm like, all that firewood's still there. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I got a wood burning stove. I'm bringing some of that wood back home.
Uh-oh.
And I literally almost went and put my hand where the snake was still hanging out the next morning to grab some firewood. I'm like, how
Why?
stupid would
Yeah,
that be?
I think I just saw Guillermo. I saw a very pale leg waiting to be bitten.
No, that was John.
Yeah, that was my pill leg. Thank you.
Bite me.
But that was cool. I mean, we thought it was pretty neat to see. I mean, the wildlife out there it's cool when you can see it. It's just
Right.
It's just rather elusive.
Yeah,
but
looking
that was
across
bitching.
that landscape in the middle of the day, it can appear so desolate and forbidding.
Oh, it's full of
But
life,
then
though.
Looking at it closely and spending a little time out there, there's just creatures and all kinds of cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
I don't like the camping bit. I don't like riding in sand. But the one thing that I really do appreciate, and I do love to hear about these trips, is seeing something in the distance going, I want to go there.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that these adventure and dirt bikes allow you to do. And I still, when I'm driving on the freeway and you're looking up at the hills and I see some like carved out road, it's probably like a fence line or something, but I'm like, I want to go ride that.
That's the beauty of dual
100%.
sports,
I love
right?
that.
That's the beauty
Yeah.
of dual sport motorcycles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, Bagel, do you get that same inclination when you're on a scooter rally? Do you say, like, I want to go there?
Sometimes, depending on where we're going.
That's only when he's looking at the girls, right? It's not like a place
Sometimes.
you went, yes, I want to go to where she is.
It all depends.
The
Wait, do you have-
mammal drive is strong.
Do you have girls at your scooter rally, Bagel?
There are a few, yeah.
They're probably very popular amongst you all, aren't they?
Some are.
So do girl scooter riders wear two skirts?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Some might.
Or no
A
skirts.
scooter skirt on top of a regular skirt. Perhaps.
Okay.
All right. So, Bagel, where did you go?
So we had a little event here in Eugene this weekend called Scotchtoberfest.
Oh, I like that.
And it's kind of our version of the Highland Games with scooters.
Oh.
And
you look a
scooter
little red
parts.
in the cheeks.
Oh well, I've been enjoying the Glenlivet tonight, which I won at Scotchtoberfest as a matter of fact.
Oh, what did you do to win it?
So, well, let me tell you about the event. It's basically a ride throughout Eugene to different locations, and each location there is an event which people can participate in to win a prize. Which this year the prize was a little mini bottle of scotch, and so the first event was, well, first we met up at a pub to have lunch and a pint, and then went out for a ride. Then stopped at the first location where we did a fork toss, and we threw the vintage Vespa fork.
It's before a salad
Is
toss.
this the leading fork?
No, this is the whole fork, the whole like assembly,
a fork.
and you have a whole big
The whole
like, fork.
assembly?
Not a
Forks have
utensil.
assemblies?
It's like the whole tube. Like
Oh,
a big,
like a motorcycle fork.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, now we
well,
get it.
scooter
Thinking
fork.
of utensils.
Yeah,
Not
That's
a
the best
utensil.
We're not the
fork.
ones drinking either.
Right,
Isn't
right.
it easier to throw a spoon?
Yeah, it would be. Or a knife is
Right.
actually the best.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Yes.
tossers.
literally.
Yes. Anyway, meanwhile,
So we tossed the fork, and so the winner got a bottle of scotch. Then we rode on to the next event. That was, I believe, the tire roll. So you had to roll a tire and wheel, inflated to the proper PSI too. And the idea was to roll it as close to the tree on, which is like 50 feet away, and as close to the tree as you could get without hitting it. And our clubmate Jeff got about 2 feet away. It was an amazing roll.
Amazing.
Yep. And we had, let's see, the next contest was it's sort of like a cornhole contest. where we had painted one of the faces of one of our local our local scooterists with a phrase that he loves to repeat all the time, which is "It's better in the 541."
Better in the 5-4, okay.
Because he moved down here from Portland, and he loves it down here. So see, he's always rubbing it in the faces of the Portland people how much better it is down here. So we had this whole cornhole game, and you had to throw there were 3 items you had to throw in there: 2 crankshafts and a cylinder head.
Now, is this on the bike or off the bike?
That was off the bike.
Okay,
off the bike. And so you had to try and get these in there, and it was challenging because of course the cranks are heavy and the cylinder head is pretty light, so you've got to adjust your throw depending on what you're throwing. But eventually we did have a winner, and then we rolled on to the next game, which was the seed spitting contest. Ooh. And we had to spit sunflower seeds. And whoever got the farthest seed won the contest, which I won.
Nice.
I got it almost to the end of the blanket.
Hawk that loogie
Bagel the spitter.
Wow. Is that a unit of measurement we should be familiar with?
As opposed to the swallow.
Just as far as you can spit it. And then, so from there we rode on to the end, the final event, which was a slow race. And on my Heinkel, I dominated the slow race. So I rode home with 2 bottles of scotch.
Nice, you cleaned up.
Well done,
Well
Bagel.
done.
And
Wow, you tosser.
yes, you are.
No, he's a roller.
Tosser, a spitter, and a very slow roller.
Absolutely.
What a resume.
Okay,
so Bagel, you're still running in the Cleveland Moto Buddy Challenge, right?
I am still very interested. I do not have a buddy yet.
well, they don't have a racetrack yet, so that's
Well,
okay.
yeah, there's not a date, and you know,
Yeah.
I've got to. I want to find out. Well, and actually, I'm not even sure who to talk to about this because it kind of sounded like Phil kind of.
I think it was Phil. Yeah.
Oh, darling, I'd have a chat with your therapist about it if I were you before you go any further.
So Bagel, I'll make this offer. I've raced
Yes.
at Nelson Ledges like 5 times. If they do have the event at Nelson Ledges, I'll take off work and fly out there and race for you.
What state
Okay.
is that in?
But if it's not Nelson Ledges, I'm out.
Well, it's 24 hours,
It's
so
Ohio.
he could use a co-pilot for sure too.
Yeah, he's gonna need a
Okay.
team.
Yeah.
Now, are you up to riding a genuine buddy scooter?
I'll ride anything around Nelson Ledges.
There
It's
you
a
go.
Make it a blackjack.
it's a famous worst track in America.
Oh, really?
It's in a swamp, in a junkyard, basically.
well, I appreciate Scooterists.
I think they repaved it, but it makes it more dangerous. But
Scooterists are so creative with their rallies. I love it. It
They have
gives me
fun.
so many ideas. So, was there any rattlesnakes visited you?
We saw no rattlesnakes.
Forget it.
No, there might have been a couple birds around.
Any wombats, darling?
No wombats that I
Oh
saw.
no!
Bigfoot.
Damn.
Bigfoot?
No
big feet.
Bigfoots either.
The big feet.
Not this time.
Well, cool. Was there and this was sponsored by your club or someone else?
Well, it was sort of a joint effort between the club and local people in the area, but it was two of our local scooters who are not members of the club, Nancy and Ian, who organized the whole event this year. And I have to say they did a fantastic job. It was such a fun day. All the games were super well thought out and a whole lot of fun. And it was a beautiful weather too. We had a nice sunny day, a little chilly, but it was great, beautiful ride, and we had all sorts of beautiful colors along the way with the leaves changing up here.
And how many took part, Bagel?
I think there were about 10 or 12 people on the ride.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yep.
Nice.
And of course, you
I
took the HE 111.
I took the Heinkel, yes.
Yes, you took the Heinkel, and it ran well.
It did. I still think there's a little something that needs to be adjusted in the carburetor. I've got to pull it out and see if maybe the needle's not in the right position. I think it might be a little off, but
Really? What do you,
yeah.
do
High
you
or
get?
low?
Do you get a little flat spot off idle? What?
there's a little flat spot off idle, and then a sort of a weird hesitance up in the upper mid range.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty low. Huh?
Yeah, just move the clip one down to bring your needle
Yeah.
up, or
Why
you
not?
can always
Mention
just
it.
you can always just
Oh,
stick
yeah.
a couple of washers underneath it.
Yep.
and just jack it up. And I think that'll get rid of that. A lot of it, to be fair, before we throw Heinkel under the bus, a lot of it, modern fuel really changes how these carburetors work. I mean, consistently, if I get a bike in and I have the carburetors at factory settings, they run terribly. And then you've really got to fatten them up to run well on normal fuel.
Yeah, but we're lucky up here that we have clear gas available. So I try to fill it up with that every time I can.
Okay. Very good.
Yep, and it definitely helps.
Well, I have. We're gonna veer off motorcycle adjacent.
Oh,
we are
motorcycle adjacent.
Motorcycle adjacent.
Well, no, hang on. I'm not sure if I approve of this, Liza, because in the past,
I know
I have navigated towards motorcycle subjects voraciously, and I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I'm gonna bring it all around, but I want to share with you a TV show I've discovered that I've been enjoying. And it is not a motorcycle show, but I'm going to make all the connections for you. So you can find it on Amazon Prime Video right now, the 3rd season. Emma, have you ever heard of this British show called Flipping Bangers?
Yes.
Yes, Flipping Bangers. So I discovered it on Amazon, and I've really enjoyed it. So here's the premise. It's these two blokes who are buying, junker cars and fixing them up and reselling them.
Is a banger not a sausage?
So
it can be a sausage.
It is.
It can also be a junk car.
What they're doing is they're buying cars that are like usually under 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's very much the bottom of the market.
The cars nobody wants.
Is it called a sausage because you don't want to know how it's made?
No, I mean, actually, I'll tell you how the term banger comes about. Back in the old days, the very, very old days, cars, whenever they deteriorated, often used to backfire a lot because they ran so badly, hence they were called bangers. And the name just stuck. And, it's the British equivalent of a clunker. If you drive a clunker, it's an old car. Well, in England, it's a banger. Oh, look at that old banger.
Yeah.
So
which can also refer to a person. But it's not a nice thing to say to someone. Oh, what an old banger. Thank you.
It's a compliment in my book.
I'm checking out the episodes, though. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so here's why I'm recommending and how I connect it. It reminds me a lot of the Recycle Garage.
Yes.
They're buying the cars that are kind of problematic, unloved, have been kind of abandoned. One of the episodes, they bought a Rolls Royce.
Yes.
With like flat tires that had been like sitting for 20 years, right? They're buying...
They had a Citroen with a rodent infestation.
Yeah. Oh. They're buying... they bought a Mini Cooper in limp mode, and no one could figure out why.
Right.
Right? And they're fixing them up on a budget. They're going to junkyards. They're buying used parts where they can. They are, like, if the seat upholstery has tears, they're pulling it off and sewing it back up, sometimes by hand, and putting it back together. They're cleaning and scrubbing and vacuuming and polishing and making a turd look nice again. And these are a lot of tricks that we use here in the garage.
Right.
That you can do yourself on an old vehicle, and it doesn't matter if it's a car or a motorcycle. I was watching one where they had an old Land Rover, and the front bumper is this massive piece of black plastic that has just turned gray, dulled from the sun. And they were showing you can actually use petroleum jelly and rub that on, but the best trick was just a heat gun to pull the oils back out to make it look good, right? And they even use like vinyl wrap on the roof of the Mini Cooper just to jazz it up. And another thing I really liked is on that same Mini Cooper, they went to a junkyard and found some steel rims. Now, steel rims are not the cool rims that everybody wants. They're not alloy. They're not cool. They're just plain steel, but they will just clean them and paint them and give that retro look to a car.
Right.
And on a budget. And just make sure that they're fixing the problems. Putting in, new shocks or whatever it needs to make it safe. And it reminded me of when we work on bikes here, I have a thing where first year is running, second is rideable, the third is safe, and the fourth is sellable. And they're kind of going through that same kind of
And
series.
And I'd like to point out, as I know the series, part of the allure of it is the two guys who do it are just so likable.
They are.
They're lovely guys, very, very gentle, and just great sense of humour. And they approach problems, and they get despondent. They're like, we can't deal with any more of this today. I'm going home. And the first thing they do when they come in the morning, make a cup of tea.
Make a cup of tea.
Got to have a cup of tea.
And I really enjoy watching it because it does remind me of the same spirit of the Recycle Garage. And again, it doesn't matter because we've taught people how to do things on bikes that they've then translated to cars. And I felt that this was the same thing. It encourages you to want to get a project and to go through it and to problem solve and figure it out and clean and polish and polish that turd and make it nice again.
Right.
And their goal is like to double their money.
There's another show like this called Wheeler Dealers. Too.
Yeah, not quite as likable the people involved.
Yeah, Mike Brewer.
Well, a lot of the other shows that I watch, they're trying to get top dollar for stuff. They're doing really high-end paint jobs and customizations. And this isn't that. This is not, there's no need to paint. There's no need to do this. They even had, on this Range Rover, they had a mobile dent puller guy who comes out, welds on the little studs, pulls out the dents, fills it, wraps it in plastic, paints it right there in your driveway.
Amazing.
And they're like, it was 300 pounds to do that. And so it's introducing you to all tricks of the trade, and you don't have to do the whole car. You can just do this. Or you can check there are a lot of outfits, not just junkyards, but that buy, sell, and trade, repop, or new or used, and that you have a lot of choices, and that a lot of things can be just rebuilt.
Right.
You don't have to replace that water pump. You can just change the seals or something,
So, the thing is, in England, there's a lot of specialists who will just devote themselves not just to one make, but to one model. So, like the Mini Cooper is a great example. And these are cottage industries, and all they do are just Mini Cooper new and used parts.
Yeah.
And that's the only car they do. And I didn't realize that there were places like this in America. I thought, everyone's a specialist. But recently, I bought myself an old Thunderbird. I bought a 62 Ford Thunderbird.
It's beautiful.
And there's places that's all they do are Thunderbird parts. And some are brand new, and some are knockoffs, and some are used. And you call up the place and you say, look, this is what I need. And they say, well, we haven't got new, but we've got these, which are knockoffs, which are very good. But we've got some genuine ones that are used. And sometimes the genuine used ones are more than the knockoffs because the quality is so high. And so you just pick. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of a whole new world for me, is being involved with this thing. But it's a lot of fun.
So check out Flipping Bangers.
Flipping Bangers.
It's just the third season, but if you want to get kind of inspired to get into a project, it's a great show.
They showed it on what is the car channel on
Motor Trend?
Motor Trend, yeah, they show it on Motor Trend occasionally. I mean, they show a lot of
Wheeler Dealers.
Yeah. But if you stick with it, Flipping Bangers is a great show. And like I say, the two blokes who do it are great.
So, Liza, as a internet shopping expert and somebody who has loved Flipping Bangers, have you been shopping for bangers?
I'm not going to show you my search history on Craigslist.
We don't want to.
No, we don't see your search history.
No, I have not been searching. But,
the KZ400 is kind of that, right?
No, I'm talking about cars.
Oh, you're talking about cars.
No, I've been down that.
What were you
road.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, you've been down the classic car route, haven't
I've done
you?
it.
Yeah.
To me, again, I just thought this was a fun show because they explain what they're doing and show simple ways to do things, and that translates to motorcycles. Next subject. Since I have Emma and John and Jim in the room, we have something to discuss.
Oh dear.
I started discussing some of this with you.
What about your thing again? I don't want to talk about
No,
that.
no, I took them. The antibiotics worked. So
Okay, well, thank you.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not lancing that thing again.
I'm never going to lance that fucking boil again. No.
No.
Not where it was. I mean,
No,
dear God.
it's horrible.
And the smell.
And
that smell is bad.
and the colour.
What I'm talking about is there are our events, our calendar next year.
Yes.
So
2024.
the beginning of the year, usually our first two events are AIM Expo
Yes.
and then the one show.
Yes.
And I am suggesting, and in fact, I'm pretty sure I'm dropping out of the AIM Expo this year.
Well, it's their own bloody fault, and I am as well, and I shall tell you why, AM Expo people, because I'm very, very angry about this. No, I am. I'm absolutely bloody livid.
And we have a lot of fun. It's in Vegas, and usually people we know are there.
I
Fun.
love the AM Expo. I think it's great. We schmooze with people. We do all kinds of things. It is one of my favourite events in the year. But somewhere along the line, somebody's just like, we're going to save a little bit of money. So instead of having it Thursday, Friday...
No, it was Wednesday, Thursday,
Thursday, Friday, and stay for the weekend.
Actually,
they put it in the middle of the week.
first time we went, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
And Saturday was open to the public. And
Yes,
that was
true.
I don't know why they don't do that.
pre-COVID.
That was
That was
pre-COVID.
pre-COVID. And then they switched to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and now it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
It ruins a whole week.
Well, I mean, I have
Hold
to...
on, I want to let him finish unwrapping his moon pie. No, go ahead.
That might
go
be
for
a
it.
chocolate
Go
moon
for
pie.
it. I'm saying.
good.
Do it.
You're
Open,
trying to do
open
it so
it.
gently.
I have to earn a living, as do you.
Yeah.
And
I have
time
to
is
earn a living,
limited.
too.
Yeah, we all have to earn a living.
Jim doesn't. though.
So
He's
what?
I have to go camping.
What the
Well,
bloody hell
Okay,
are you
so
thinking?
here's what I'm proposing. Because I know we do want to do an LA trip and go down there, visit Iconic,
Yes,
Peterson.
yes.
But here's what
Queen
I'm
Mary.
throwing out
La Brea Tar Pit.
to this group and to our listeners for suggestions.
Yes.
I am open to going to an event we've never been to.
Oh yeah.
You know, like one of the BMW rally or what's the adventure
So
ones?
it's
Lander
the
or
Overland Expo.
Overland Expo, or even I don't think I can do Daytona, but you know,
How would you feel about Born Free?
Born Free or the Hand Built
Born
Show.
Free.
Born
There's
Free,
all
I'd
those
be
shows.
open. I actually really appreciate art and what do you customization, but like well done. The craft. I really appreciate people who are good at craft.
And you've also got Get On Adventure Fest down at Zakara down in California
Or
City.
even the High Pipe. We've never been to the High Pipe Festival in the
Yeah.
desert. So
And there's Mama Tried too, right?
Yeah.
That's in Milwaukee.
So what I'm proposing is maybe we try something new this year we haven't been to. And do you want to go to Born Free, Emma?
Wow.
It looks hot. It looks really hot.
Wearing that cool black and orange shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Is it a Harley centric event? I don't know much
Everywhere,
about it. Yeah.
everywhere
It's custom
I
chocolate.
go, I always grumble about it, but when I go, I have a great time. And that applies to wherever I go. So if I go to Born Free, I'll have a great time.
I like the idea of Overland Expo. I've been always wanting to go to that.
Yeah, that'd be a fun thing
Yeah.
to put together in a little adventure ride to get there and
Where's
back.
that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where and when is that?
Well, they have
They do
They're all
one
over the
in
country, yeah.
Flagstaff, I think, every year.
No, but what's the one that happens up in Northern California?
Mariposa?
That's a BMW rally.
That's the BMW.
No, there's
It's a
something up
49er.
in the...
Overland Expo, I think they do at Flagstaff, and then they do something up in the Pacific Northwest
Yeah.
somewhere.
But there's something that
Maybe
happens
one on the East
up in
Coast,
like
too.
Sonoma or something. Anyway, I'm throwing that
Yeah.
out there that I want to open us up to something new we've never been to. Like I went to Americade year before last.
Yes.
And that was fun. Like you guys haven't been
But
to that.
I mean, here's the deal with me. I have to be mindful of time
yeah.
because I do Dolomites
Yeah. You're
each
busy.
year. I do Castles and Curves each year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to start doing Vietnam each year. So now that's
a big
basically,
chunk there.
by the time
Yeah.
you've dicked around with flights, that is a month
At least.
away from my shop. And that's a month that I'm, not earning money. So I can't be everywhere. So I've got to be a bit careful with the time.
Got to spread the Emma around.
Yes, I'm so popular. For me, Brian.
No, but this
Do
one
you have
I'm
one
passing
for-
around. Yeah, that's
No,
for
do you have
Brian.
one for Brian? Which
I
one? Which
do.
one do you want for Brian? More Dolomites, less love.
No, he gets the dollar. No, don't pass it on, Brian. That's for you. Yeah. So, I'm throwing that out there to people. What's going on out there? And it doesn't have to be a big event. I prefer a hotel camping.
Sorry, what?
Hotel camping, as I call it. Roughing it in the lobby. But I'm open to something new, and maybe even a scooter rally. What's a big scooter event? Except
Band camp.
Well,
God, I don't think I could handle.
What dates
that.
are you thinking? What are you thinking? February, January? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm just open.
We also got King of the Hammers.
there are all
King,
kinds of scooter events next
King of the
year.
Hammers
King of the
could be
Motos.
February 2nd if that's might work for everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's the big race day is Saturday, February 2nd.
Then you got to camp though.
Yeah, no, you'd hate it. Unless you had a
Get your ADV scooter to be. You could do it.
Maybe. So, just throwing that out there that we should consider something new. I really like an event that we can go to and meet a lot of people and do some interviews and learn about stuff.
You're going to the one this year, but that's what in March or
I'm
April
still
or
up for the
something?
one show, especially while it's still happening at Zidell Yards. Emma, you can't start laughing until you've read it.
I think she just read it.
God, Emma.
Oh my!
What in the name of fuck is that?
Emma.
I feel like we moved on to the next topic.
Yeah, I think we should go to emails.
No, I'm sorry.
I just have one other thing I want to share before we get to the emails. And this is something that's kind of been bothering me, not with anybody here.
Uh-oh.
This is a in general
What
thing.
did you do, Jim?
No, nobody here. This is an in general thing. A woman had reached out to me who was interested in possibly coming on the Chickistan tour.
Right.
But then she noticed Moyne is offering other tours. He's got a Vietnam tour.
Yeah.
He's going to South Africa.
Yes.
And my friend, a bunch of the Chickistan girls are going. So I was like, oh, if you're interested in those, I can hook you up with people who are going. And her one question about each of these tours is, what kind of bike do you ride on that tour? Because, in Pakistan, we're riding the small CB 150Fs. But in Vietnam, they're riding CRF 250s, I believe.
No,
right?
the 150s.
No. He's riding CRF 250s.
Oh, he's riding the 250s.
Yeah. And so she kept asking, and she's, well, those bikes are too big for me. Is there something else I can ride? And she's really trying to find a trip she can go on based upon the bike
A CB 150
she
too big
can
for me?
ride. And I said, you should not be limiting yourself. You should instead learn the technique of how to ride a bigger bike. And her response to me was, yeah, you're probably a tall person who doesn't have a problem at all. I am, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a technique, and I sent her a link of Jocelyn on a big bike showing people, how to ride a big bike. And I'm like, the point is there's a technique you can learn so that you don't have to rule out something because of that bike.
Right.
And a CRF 250 is not an incredibly big bike. Yes, it is tall, and she just didn't seem to believe that there really was something you could, that's something you can overcome. And it kind of bothered me that there are a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people who think this way, that they think I can't do it because that's too tall for me.
Well, hang on. In her defense, quite often at the shop, I get really, really tall bikes.
My 690 Enduro is a pretty tall bike.
No, I mean really tall bikes. And Huskies are a perfect example. 701 Huskies are just like stupid tall.
It's
And-
690 Enduro.
And it is easily the least favourite part of my job is test riding them, because I absolutely live in fear. I mean, I have a little crate which I'll get on and mount the bloody thing and start it and then actually get going across the parking lot. But then I do my loop and I have to kind of time it that if I'm heading up to a traffic light, I can kind of veer off, because I know if I stop, no matter what technique I try, I'm going to fall off it. So it's not...
Do we need to teach you the technique?
There's this person called Jocelyn Snow.
But
Well, actually, I learned it from Pat Jakes. who's another woman who rides large bikes.
With the best respect to Jocelyn Snow and Pat, they are in a lot better shape than I am.
So this is kind of where this is what kind of gets me riled up. When people don't try to learn it and just say, I can't do that. And this bothers me that there are people out there saying, I can't do that. And that there are people who teach these techniques and then it opens up a world. And I'm just saying there are techniques.
What was this woman riding? Because, I mean, if a CRF 150 is
250.
Or if a 150 is too big for her, what the hell is she riding?
This is my point. And it's something I'm trying to figure out. Like,
that's a tiny bike.
I think I'm the example. I mean, I'm getting more and more comfortable on taller bikes.
Yeah.
As
what I'm
get
saying
used to
is,
this technique.
I just want anyone listening, if you ever said that bike is too tall, you can't do it, reach out to us. I'll find somebody to help you. There are videos to show you. There's technique, and it's not just easy to learn by watching video. It's muscle memory. You have to repetitively do this motion of sliding your hips over and getting a foot down to the ground. And last weekend when I had two women who just come back from Chickistan, and I had them on the 690 Enduro, which they both were like, I could not ride this. This is too big. And they start out doing it, and it is awkward and it's uncomfortable, and it's sometimes painful, and they're getting cramps until they figure it out and their body starts moving, and they realize, because a lot of people are using their arms to compensate for what their legs are doing, and you're fighting. It's the same thing when you're learning to ride dirt the first time. You're struggling with yourself and you're fighting against it until you get into a flow and figure out how to ride the bike. It's the same thing. There is technique, and I just want to put that message out to people. If you think that a bike is too tall, don't rule it out until there is technique. Yes, Bagel.
Well, it's one thing to say you can't do something, but what if you just don't want to ride a bike that's that tall?
Yeah.
Because I much prefer riding scooters to motorcycles, as you know. And it's nothing against motorcycles. It's just I prefer the feel of a scooter. It feels much more comfortable to me, and I enjoy that more. I mean, I've ridden motorcycles. I can ride motorcycles, but there's an extra weight and top heaviness to them usually that makes it that much less comfortable for me, and I don't get the same kind of enjoyment out of it.
So I'll use the same comparison as my Africa Twin. Right? Mm-hmm. So, Jim, I got the bike and I said, not sure I like this whole adventure riding thing, but before I just give it up, I'm going to give myself the tools and I'm going to take the training and learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll make the decision if I like this type of riding or not. And that's what I'm saying is, don't rule something out until you've taken the training and know if it actually works for you or not. That's what I'm saying, Bagel. Okay. Yeah, and just like you, I've decided, not into the big bike adventure riding so much. But it bothers me that there are a lot of people out there who rule something out without knowing that there is another option. And I just wanted to push that option out. That's all. All right, Emma, since you were enjoying your email, do you want to read that one there?
I would love to. And this is from Ryan Armick. I think that's correct. Howdy, Misfits.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks to a recommendation from a great motorcycle podcast, I got up the nerve to attend my first Mid-Ohio Vintage Motorcycle Days Festival last July. Nice. He bought a KLR to sell, but ended up trading it for a couple of bikes, including a 2005 Yamaha XT 225 that me and my old lady really like, and requested old lady pics attached. And the reason I was laughing, there are two of easily the happiest people I've ever seen on a bright orange Grom.
It's a Navi.
Is that a Navi or no? It's a Grom.
Oh, it's a Grom.
Oh, and Emma, there's another picture I didn't print, but because this is in response to our asking for old lady pictures. That's the picture of his old lady who got her motorcycle license.
Oh, look how happy she is.
She's so happy.
She looks like one of the nicest people you could meet. And she's riding a
Grom.
Yeah, on a Grom.
Fantastic. So anyway.
Never heard that before.
So, there we go. I'm mildly handy and decided to clean the crusty tank and service the carburettor with a cleaning and rebuild kit. The carb had a couple of broken bits and bobs from previous tinkerer, but nothing serious. Despite giving it the old college try, it's becoming a hot mess. I can't get the main jet unstuck from the needle jet emulsification tube. So I can't remove and clean either. When I unscrew the main jet, the needle jet just spins in its D-shaped cavity and I can't get a grip on it. Tried pliers, soaking, heating, screw extracting. With each successful attempt, I seem to mangle this poor Makuni more and more. After breaking several more pieces today, I realised I'm no closer to getting it disassembled, much less reassembled. I'm officially crying uncle and shopping for a new replacement. Mm-hmm. Now, the OEM Mikuni, and I've been through this, is $800, and even used ones are listed for $400 on eBay. I'm tempted to buy a cheap knockoff for $50, links below. The entire bike is probably worth $1,500, so a new 800 carb seems crazy. Right, yes. Would a smarter fella, A, spend pretty penny on the OEM Mikuni, roll the dice on an AliExpress It's Special, invest more hours and money trying to fix the carb he's buggered up? I'd be grateful for any advice you can offer. Thanks again for making the best daggum podcast on planet Earth. Love you, long time Boots McToots.
I hope Phil didn't hear that.
West Jefferson, North Carolina. So I'm going to weigh in on this, and I shall tell you why.
You know what my vote is?
Oh my God.
We all know what your vote is.
Well, hang on, because you might be surprised. So I went through this with my friend Mike Beck, easily my best friend in the whole world. And Mike rides a absolutely drop-dead gorgeous white and orange Bonneville. But he had a little XT225 Cero and bought it as a non-running project. And the Mikuni on it was just fucking awful. And in the end, we bought a knockoff Chinese carburettor. And with a bit of diddling, got it running remarkably well. So I agree that spending $800 on a Mikuni is not smart. Used is an absolute crapshoot.
This is like on eBay, £40, says UK, but £40.
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you what you should really think about, Ryan. Go onto eBay or whatever, AliExpress, buy a carburetor. Just remember that when you're in the kind of the bargain bucket brigade, it's very easy to say, well, I'm not going to buy that one because it's $15. I'm going to buy that one because it's $50. And it's a better carb, right? It's probably the same carb. It's just gone through a different distributor. So just have a look, and it is a crapshoot. You may get one that's the absolute worst thing you've ever seen, but you may get another one. You just bolt on it goes great, like I did.
I'll tell you my rule of thumb when buying parts like this, between new, used, or knockoff, is how far am I willing to walk?
Right.
Yeah. And so if I was going to be doing a cross-country trip, I'm not going to use a cheap knockoff. If I'm going that far away from home, if you're staying within like 5 miles of home at all times because it's a little bike, or you're just, not going that far, why not?
Just remember that the XT225 and the TW 200 take the same carb. Ooh. So there are more TW 200s around than XTs. The only thing with T-dubs is they're so loved, people will kind of try and do anything to keep them on the road, but it does kind of open up. If you want to go the used OEM carburetor, and the description is everything. Here's how to decipher ads. Don't look at the pictures. It can give you an idea, but read the description. If the description says the description is in the pictures, walk away. What you want is the description saying the part functions as a new part, or the part is in very good condition. Now that's a legal document. So if you get the thing and it's a pile of crap, you can actually get a refund from eBay based on the description. So read the entire thing. You see some picture. Oh, look at that! It looks like brand new. And then you read, and it's like 4 parts only. So you know there's something going on with it. Read the description carefully.
So your vote on this is to try the knockoff? I mean,
I would initially try and find a good quality used one, OEM, but include the T-dub in your search bar, because now you're including a bike that's sold really well. Unfortunately, the TTR 225 had a completely different carburetor. So you can't use that one. Actually, it was made in a completely different country. How about that?
You know, I used to do that trick. You used to be able to go on to Bike Bandit,
yes,
and look up a part number, and then do that part number cross-reference, see all the bikes listed. I remember looking for a gas cap for some Honda, and that was not that common, but then found out it was the same gas cap that was on like a Honda Shadow.
Right.
And there were tons of those on eBay, you know?
Right, and then
that's what a great trick.
So, I mean, I think that would be my first choice, but you know what? Don't buy the $800 Mikuni.
Not unless you're entering a race.
Right, or, you know, if it's a bike you can see yourself keeping forever. And, I mean, let's total it up. $1,500 for an XT225. $800 for the carb. You're into it for $2,300.
Still worth it.
It's still not a bad price for an XT225. They're great little bikes. Yeah. I mean, any bike that's named after a mountain goat has got to be cool, right?
Yep.
Right.
But it depends on the rest of the bike. I mean, if the thing's a sack of shit and you put a brand new carburetor on it, it's still going to be a sack of shit with a new carburetor, right?
It might need more than the carb we're talking about.
Well,
here.
there you go.
Yeah. All right. I have one real quick. This one is, and I think you guys will know this, Matt, our friend Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Who's from Hollister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says, hey, just listen.
Oh, that Matt.
That Matt.
Podcast 545, where you discussed foreign speeding tickets. I also received a lovely letter in the mail several months ago from the Italian Polizia.
See.
I was on the 2022 Dolomite tour and got nabbed by one of the many speed cameras. The letter was half in Italian and half English and quite confusing on how to pay the fine. I made a few half-hearted, feeble attempts to figure out how to pay it, but I gave up and decided to ignore it. I am happy to report I made a return trip to Italy last month and with no issues going through customs or run-ins with the Polizia. I was a little worried I might have to spend a few hours in the clink and pay an enormous fine. My wife and I were there with a tour group, so I didn't attempt to rent a car or motorcycle, so I'm not sure if I'm still 100% out of the woods. So,
a different country than the UK.
Yeah. On another note, I just wanted to give a shout out to Miss Emma.
Yay.
Hello.
He says, I was riding down Highway 1 just north of Monterey on Saturday and was admiring a very nice early model Ford Thunderbird traveling in the same direction. As I slowly passed, I noticed the driver was none other than Miss Emma.
An Emma sighting in the Thunder Chicken.
I waved to get her attention, but she quickly exited the freeway, no doubt trying to get away from the crazy lunatic on a Goldwing.
Oh, my God.
Miss Emma, if you were not driving an early model Thunderbird on Highway 1 last Saturday, I found your doppelganger. And he says, on a last and final note, I'm having trouble with my 06 Yamaha YZ450F. I bought it a couple years ago, and it has never run great. Hard to kickstart, very long time to warm up, and lots of backfiring.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
going to be a hard bike to kickstart. I've cleaned the carb, rejetted for Hollister Hills elevation, which helped, but it still ran very rough. I let it sit for about 9 months and decided to check valve clearances. All 5 valves were below spec, so I put in new shims to get it all in spec. I made a ton of mistakes on the process. I dropped the cam cover half rings into the engine case twice and forgot to set the cam chain tensioner before I turned the crank to verify timing, which resulted in the cam sprocket slipping a tooth or two. Sounds like poor Dylan today. After getting everything sorted, the bike fired up and sounds okay idling, but when I give it any amount of throttle, the engine bogs down and lurches very badly. Since then, I verified timing is correct, as far as I can tell, and cleaned the carb again, but that did not help. I'm at a loss as to what to try next, and a helpful advice would be much appreciated. Sorry for the long rambling email, but just wanted to say thanks for all you and the Misfits do.
Raise your needle, darling.
And he says, I'll see you at the rally.
Also, I think in that bike there's 3 jets. Does that make sense in the carburetor? But there's a mid jet that plugs up.
Yeah,
so make sure the jets are all clear. Make sure you can get a needle through there.
and here's the
Guitar
thing.
string.
Yes, there's a guitar string, but there's the jets in the float chamber. People forget there's the jets in the bell mouth, and they block up. And
oh my.
that bike has got a hot start valve.
Yep.
And if the hot start circuit is plugged, you'll never get it running right.
Matt, just take your bike down to Moto Town.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that was me in the Thunderbird. It's a very distinctive car.
Does that have the swing out
beautiful.
steering wheel?
Yeah, it's got the swing away steering wheel, and it's
Nice.
got the big afterburner tail lights, and it's white with a red interior. It's got a good interior.
Fabulous.
So
Oh, it's beautiful.
we got another cool email, and this one has got a cool picture that goes with it.
Oh, good-o.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Vittorio Bianco.
Ciao, bella!
Ciao bello.
No, you got to do it like Bagel would do it.
I'm at a loss here. Hey, Liza and gang. I'm Bagel, and I'm trying to make...
Hold on. Do your best, and they have to guess what country he's in.
Okay,
I'm in Oregon.
think... Okay, I'm going to give you the key here, John.
All right.
Think Super Mario.
The name is not the giveaway. I'm telling you guys, the name is not. the giveaway.
Oh, really?
You have to guess what country he's in.
Oh, okay. Carry on then.
I'm just going to do it in my old plain English. Hey, Liza and gang. As promised, I wore the T-shirt to the Aussie MotoGP in a very unpredictable Phillip Island weather. You may have heard the weather started off fine, but with crazy winds and rain expected over the weekend, the whole MotoGP schedule was changed, and finally the Sprint was canceled. I mentioned this as I was not able to advertise much of the T-shirt as I would have liked. Below is one of me standing near the Gardner Straight, and the other whilst in the grandstand.
So it's a picture. He's wearing our T-shirt at the Australian MotoGP.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
Misfits representing.
Oh,
Worldwide.
very handsome
John,
fella. I
I was-
like the flat cap.
Trying to get you to do an Australian accent because I knew you'd say at the Aussie MotoGP. So even if you were tanking, there was a giveaway.
Oh, he said to do like Bagel. I didn't know he was doing
Yeah, it looks a little chilly, actually.
Rain.
Uncharacteristic.
They canceled Sunday's race.
Yeah.
Did it on Saturday.
All right, Jim, you got one there?
I do. And let's see. This is from Lynn Biggs. Good morning.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn. Just listen to Appraise This. A couple of quick things.
Oh, yeah.
About the scam. My husband posted my TU 250X on Cycle Trader.
Oh, 250. Great little bike.
I love a good Craigslist scammer. I love them.
And we had the same thing happen to him. There was a rush of interest on the bike, but they all wanted their report, in quotation marks, and would reimburse him for it. Luckily, he can see a red flag a mile away. No comment on the relationship. We are in the Atlanta metro area, so maybe Sorry, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. In the metro area, so maybe we are ground zero for this new scam. He sold the bike to a really nice guy who moved here from Canada that had his bike stolen as soon as he got here. Well, that sucks. Not very good for the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce. Okay, about that ticket. A really long time ago, I was speeding through a small town in Louisiana and got a ticket. I'm like, I'm not going to pay this. I'm never coming through here again. This backwater cracker town. She didn't say that. I was living in Florida. That's backwater cracker town. And was banking on that state.
the whole state.
These things to each other, let alone a tiny town in Louisiana. This was a long time ago. Could have been before the internet. LOL. Ha. I moved to Georgia and needed to get a Georgia driver's license. And guess what? My Florida license was suspended because of the unpaid ticket in Louisiana. Georgia would not issue me the license, of course. It blew my mind. How did they know? Luckily, I was able to get everything resolved by paying the ticket. After that, I would definitely pay a ticket from another country. They all know smiley face.
Well, the states do communicate.
Yeah, but
Yes.
nevertheless, do not underestimate everyone. It's the IT world. And everyone's communicating with everybody else. Pay the ticket,
Emma,
Liza.
you'll
You do have
appreciate
to find
this.
a way to actually pay the
Yeah, she's
ticket.
trying to
They
pay.
have not given me any way to pay the ticket.
We just need to stay up all night and do that class.
Well,
Yeah, Bagel?
Well,
I was just going to say that I don't think that the UK would have any legal way to affect your California driving
they
privileges,
won't.
your driver's license. But if you ignore the legal penalties that they've imposed on you, that will snowball.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
that will
Hold on.
come back to bite you when you try to get
Hold
back
on.
into the country again.
I'm not trying to get out of my responsibility on this.
No, you don't have a way to pay it.
Okay,
I've
well,
been
then good.
asking how to do this, but the Metropolitan
Take the
Police
class.
Department only sent me a link to take a driver class via Zoom that's
Yes.
taking place live in UK. I do not want to get up in the middle of the night and take a 3-hour driver safety class. They say if you do not complete this, you will have to pay the fine. I'm like, yes, please. How do I do that? They have not provided me any link to do it. I emailed the Metropolitan Police. They have not responded. And I went on to try and register to pay, but they have not issued me a citation number to pay it with.
My
Okay, well, that's
suggestion
probably
to
bureaucracy.
you.
Yes. They have only given me a link to register to take the driver training class.
give 'em a month.
That
They'll
I
do
do
that.
not want
They'll
to
get back
take.
to you.
And I have
Well, just
until
register.
February to do it.
So, Emma, you'll appreciate this. Lynn also says she's been waiting for a ticket from one of those little Italian towns in the Dolomites training tour. So far, so good. Knock on wood.
How many tickets did you guys
Thanks
get?
for the podcast. You all are awesome. Thanks. And Liza, I feel like I'm talking to the Gloucester fisherman over there with your overalls on.
All right, one more. Brian, take us out with this.
Alrighty. It says, hi, gang. This is Jeff from Wisconsin.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
And I had the pleasure of doing the second annual Motorcycles and Misfits Dolomites training tour.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind the podcast listening, so I only recently caught the Dolomites
Wait,
Castle.
did he get a
Curves.
ticket too?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Hearing some of my fellow participants talk or write in about the experiences instantly brought back so many great memories from July. I felt compelled to share with you a while. I can't express enough how much I appreciated and enjoyed my trip. The best way I can think to summarize how I felt is to share some of my responses to family friends when they asked about the big adventure. So this is strange. He says, I now know what my ideal vacation is. I guess that's what he's saying. To his family,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
right?
yes.
The best value I've received for my vacation dollar ever. That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
It is a really good value,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
No, I stand by
And
that.
I think the biggest thing is, you could go to Europe and rent a motorcycle and cruise around Europe, but you don't have your friends with you,
Yeah.
right? This kind of brings your friends with you. And then also, if I had time, money, a willing spouse, I would have found a way to immediately sign up for the next trip. The hotels are spectacular, especially Italy. I felt appropriately challenged and just the right amount of uncomfortability.
Right.
I loved my bike, the 750 GS. Now I want to buy one.
Nice.
I feel like I now know enough to do the trip myself someday.
Good.
I raided my new bike fund to finance the adventure, so it may have to be a couple of years before I can do it again, but I will do it again. And then he's got a PS here. Feel free to share or not. My favorite memories is when the Blue Man Group, do you know who that is? AKA Blue Squad.
Yes.
Made a slight navigational deviation while traveling from Germany to Italy, and we found ourselves in a delightful Austrian village where the local police kindly informed us that we were riding on a closed road. And for
Emma, it sounds like your trips are nothing but ways to get tickets.
the mere sum of 25 euros paid in cash on the side of the road, they would happily not take us to see the local magistrate.
Oh, God.
I introduced myself
Why
as
fondue
a
money?
fellow member of law enforcement profession and in gesture the International Brotherhood of Goodwill. The officer shrugged, glanced purposely at his older partner, and in a perfect World War II movie accent said, I am sorry. I get it, friend. We all have bosses. We did receive actual receipts, so I believe our infractions was at least semi-official. And honestly, I received way more value out of sharing the story with my family and friends and colleagues than the 25 euros it
There
cost.
you go.
Guten
Yeah.
Tag.
The the Misfits training tour to the Dolomites and Castles and Curves. It's just a means of
bunch of
getting
scofflaws.
tickets. No, we are.
No,
Ne'er-do-wells
hooligans.
and scofflaws. And that's the fun of the trip.
Yeah, we'll tell you, I've never rode a GS loaded down that fast ever, period.
Well,
never thought of doing it that fast.
Makes my 28 mile per hour speeding ticket
Yeah.
pale in comparison.
And I stand by what I said. If you are riding a 900cc sport bike in the mountains of Italy at the absolute limit of adhesion, and I mean the absolute limit, you're pushing hard. And that's how we ride out there. It's great.
Sounds like that's how Stumpy John rides the dirt trails in Mojave too.
Until I don't.
Are you at the
limits of
limits of adhesion, John?
Often I am, yes.
We're not talking about your underpants, darling.
Oh, no. I don't wear underpants anymore.
Oh, God.
Long gone.
To burn them.
I think it's time.
Anytime I follow Scotty, I got to burn my
wrapping
underwear.
this up. So this is the point where we give big thanks. My first big thanks is to Patrick for buying my Africa Twin. He's been messaging me while we're recording about getting accessories.
Oh, good.
Yes, I think he's excited. My second big thanks is to Jim for the Twinkies and the snacks.
Oh,
Thank you, Jim.
my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
The next
And the
one
donuts.
is and the donuts, and is Brian for the pizza today.
Oh, that was
My
good.
pleasure,
That's
Brian.
nice.
Sure.
Yeah, and to Emma for helping out.
Oh, that's okay.
4
changing.
tires.
And
Five.
five.
5 tires.
5.
And you can pass on to Patrick that if he wants to buy the oil and the filter, his first oil change is free of charge at Mototown.
Oh, well, he doesn't live near here, so I appreciate that.
That's okay.
And Scotty for coming and joining us to tell the story, trying to kill these people.
There's always
The one
more
thing,
adventures
just
planned.
so you know, I got the reports from both of them, and they both said Scotty's a hell of a rider.
Well, they're very sweet.
100%.
Yeah, and you have the crappiest bike too, so
No.
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 Oh, yours is
I have the
crappier?
crappiest bike.
Yeah. Gotta give John credit. He was fighting uphill with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even your bike is like the oldest, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
What year is yours? 99?
Doesn't matter. They're all
It
the
doesn't
same.
matter.
An
It's
extra
Yeah,
650 L's.
1986.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're going to be out
Buy a
again.
brand new one.
Yeah, Scotty and I going out next weekend. We'll be up in between 6 and 10,000 feet or something like that in the
Something
Southern
like that.
Sierras.
Maybe I'll come with you
Freezing.
sometime and bring the Amigo. I'm pretty sure I can get that anywhere.
Great idea.
Yes.
We really should. We should.
But especially big thanks to all of our listeners. I want to ask you to send in your emails telling us about what event we should go to and why. Sell it to us. Pitch it. I want to hear what's so great about it. The things that I love are to experience something new and opportunities to meet, network, and to interview people who are doing some pretty cool things. That's my criteria.
I like dinner. So, food.
And Emma just wants to be fed.
Yeah, as long as fed and a bed.
Fed and taken to bed.
Yeah, which may include sleeping under a truck. So
So we'll see. Let's go. Let's find something new. Overland is definitely on my list. We got to look
Mix
that
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Maybe we'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to see.
I put down some pretty cool routes from here to Flagstaff and back.
Let's do it.
There you go. So send us those emails. You can reach us at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com. You can go to our website, motorcyclesandmisfits.com. Still have 4 or 5 t-shirts left. They're almost completely gone. They're on sale for $15, size extra large only. If you want one, go and order it. I'll ship it anywhere. But yeah, those are going fast. And let us know where we're going to be going. I think that's it. You guys ready to get out of here?
I think so.
Thanks, everybody. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma, darling.
Brian.
Scotty.
Naked Jim.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.
Right.